The views expressed on the previous
get your nose on everybody else's crotch, Joe. My God.
Okay. Like those of the Beasley Broadcast Group. Its staff, advertisers.
How you doing with ladies?
560 WQAM, Miami.
The voyeur at the bottom of the lineup.
560 WQAM presents The Neil Rogers Show. To talk to Neil, dial 567-0560 in Dade and Broward. In other counties, call toll-free 877-785-NEIL or pound 560 on your AT&T and Verizon wireless phones. The opinions expressed by Neil, his guests, or his callers do not represent those of WQAM management, staff, or sponsors.
No.
Now, The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM.
Neil God.
Baseball fans everywhere. I'm not here to say that I'm sorry. I'll be honest with you. Today I plan to do steroids. Now the next step is to address the media about what I took and where it came from.
Alex, you talked about the performance-enhancing drugs. You discontinued the use.
Wrong.
Why?
I didn't stop. I keep going back to steroids. I just injected. Before I walked here today.
Some people may refer to this as cheating. How do you address parents now who have to talk to their kids about the fact that you profited from this?
First thing I say to parents is sit on it. If I had a son, I would definitely recommend steroid abuse. I thank you for being here. Thank you.
Yeah, sit on this. 10 o'clock at 560 WQAM. Happy Wednesday to you, boy. This week is just zooming by, isn't it?
So far.
No, it's not.
It's fine.
And we got some interesting emails today. Not great, but interesting.
Interesting.
Some real crap. Here's one from the fake Tom Jicka. I heard you read the email from Jazz McKay yesterday. I don't believe he was the first guest host you ever had fill in for you at WIOD. Wait till you hear this.
Okay.
Beside the Bird, didn't you have Alan Burke, Tony Segreto, and Rick Sanchez fill in for you during various times? The answer to all of the above is no. Alan Burke didn't work on WIOD. Tony Segreto and Rick Sanchez, no chance.
No.
Was this Gary Bruce's idea?
No.
It wasn't anybody's idea because it didn't happen, fake Tommy. Wouldn't you like to take some piano wire?
Yeah.
And put it around the necks of some of these fake, phony, lifeless a-holes who send crap?
I usually think fire. Gasoline and fire.
No.
Yeah.
Piano wire.
I want to see them in flames.
Clemenza sitting in the back seat. Oh, yeah.
With the garrote.
Yeah.
I forgot the garrote.
Rooster Choo Choo is back again. And, of course, how could anybody doubt the validity and veracity of someone with a name like Rooster Choo Choo? Subject, your response. This isn't nearly as outstanding as the one the other day. This is pretty weak.
Well, he set the bar pretty high. She, it.
It. Your response to my email was predictable. I know my voice and message might get drowned out by all the other people who rightly but ineffectively try to influence your show content. By the way, I'm my own person. Nobody's behind this email but myself. I've never contacted your show before yesterday. Right. I'll give you an example of how you've changed. Before, you would talk about your homosexual celebrity crushes like Luis Miguel, but it didn't pervade the show like it does now. I mean, before there was just one man who you'd talk about. Now the volume is just too much. You talk about so many different men now, it's really hard to deal with that all morning. Well, how about afternoon? How about if I just talk about men from noon to 2, as opposed to all morning? Tell George to shut his mouth about my email. I wrote Neil, didn't I? Not Midget George. Bravo. His little short ass was a skater and a runner when he was in elementary school. That's really impressive. He has such an overinflated view of himself that makes me want to staple his mouth shut once and for all. If he's such a man's man, how come his wife has had his balls in her pocket for 20 years?
Show up, fat ass.
Nobody cares about your life, George.
Show up, fat ass.
Rooster Choo Choo. How come your wife has had your balls in your pocket for 20 years? Rooster wants to know.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all he's leaves us hanging there.
Fat, shut-in, doughy, pud-wagging
piano wire. Piano wire around the
jaws
neck.
of life and a magnifying glass to find it.
Oh, my God. What kind of a subhuman piece of turd comes up with a phony name like that?
Trailer-dwelling, mommy living.
Yeah. Here's the poll result from yesterday, and it was an embarrassingly bad poll. Not that today's is also great, but... What do you most admire about Abe Lincoln? And guess what won? WTF. I told you. Didn't I tell you?
Yep.
770 votes and WTF had 143. Who cares about frickin' Abe Lincoln? Great speech by Obama last night, by the way. Great speech. Not good, but great. And I didn't watch Bobby Jindal because I'm not a masochist. All these people with an opinion about Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal, he's an idiot. He's a simpleton. Somebody forgot to tell Bobby that the right wing, it's all over. So it's over. It's like this radio station. It's over, but we keep collecting paychecks. So my check is going to show up today, I hope?
That's what I was told.
By whom?
Jenny.
Oh, I thought you were having Clarence take care of it.
He was busy on the air. Told you.
What do you mean he was on the air? Doing what?
I don't know what any of these people do on the air.
Oh, my God. Now we got Clarence on the air? Oh, we are doomed. Doomed to die. WTF 143. He freed the slaves, Abe Lincoln, 117. He led the nation through the Civil War, 89. There's so many choices on here. It's not bad enough that it's a bad poll, but a bad poll just overloaded with a zillion stupid-ass choices, Charlie B. He saved the Union, 84. He was a great president, 81. He succeeded despite limited schooling, 43. He might have been gay, 33. Gay Abe. He wore a spiffy stovetop hat, 30. His Gettysburg Address, 27. He liked to tell stories and crack dirty jokes, 22. He was pro-labor, 20. He was honest Abe, 18. He was a master debater, 12. He gave his name to a fine car, 11. He looks good on a shiny new penny, 8. He came from a log cabin, 8. He graces the $5 bill, 7. He improved his looks with a beard, 6. But a bag would have done a hell of a lot better job. His memorial in D.C., 6. His height, 4, and his name, 1. His name. I admire his name. Abe Lincoln. As opposed to Izzy Rabinowitz.
Izzy
what was that name we had yesterday? Izzy something? That was good. And we still don't know what Afzalachas means. That really pisses me off. It's a Goya Chevelle, baby. All the Goyim, all the time. All those rednecks you were talking about in Michigan. Everybody's starving to death in Detroit, and they're putting out stupid right-wing propaganda songs. They just never stop. Larry says, and this is disturbing because just like we've got a fake Facebook page, we've also got a fake Twitter page, evidently.
Okay.
Larry says, just wondering if the Neil Rogers show on Twitter is real or just a fan profile. It's just a fake. While we don't agree politically, I've loved your show since I first heard it in Tampa. Take care. Tampa listener, Larry. Well, thanks, Larry. It's fake. It's ersatz. It's like most of the people in Tampa. Fake. Fake humans. Real subhumans. Fake humans. Fake. And by the way, for the fake Alice Rantel and also for Taker Park, whatever her name is, nobody in South Florida cares about the radio in Los Angeles. We don't care about anything in L.A. First of all, there's almost no L.A. people in South Florida, number one. And number two, even if there were, I mean, how many are there? You know what I mean? Do you care about the state of L.A. radio?
Not really.
Here's a long, douche nozzle Chris. With a whole song to dance. Something about your boyfriend at Woodbine. Okay, I'll read it. I'm trying to see if there's anything redeeming about it. Yeah, I did watch the speech last night. It was scintillating and spectacular. And I loved it. And the Congress loved it, too. Even the Republicans couldn't resist getting up and giving a lot of standing and sitting ovations. Even old John McCain. And the only thing that disturbed me was after the speech, Obama went through the whole thing and shook hands and kissy. And then he got a big hug from Jew Lieberman. Oh, I wanted to vomit all my food from yesterday. Oh, Jew Lieberman. The fake Tom Jicka's on here. You are wrong, Neil. I was listening with my own ears the day Rick Sanchez filled in for you. He was working across the hall at WSVN. WSVN wasn't across the hall, okay? It wasn't in the same building. It was in a separate building. Right next door, but not across the hall. Do you think Tom Jicka would say WSVN was across the hall?
No.
Oh. Desperate.
I have no life.
That's the South Florida motto.
I have no life.
And all over, from coast to coast.
I have no
and
life.
all the ships at sea.
I have no life.
The lifeless masses. Oh. Let me grab that one first. From the fake Tom Jicka. You are wrong, Neil. I was listening, spelled wrong, with my own ears the day Rick Sanchez filled in for you. He was working across the hall at WSVN. Don't remember exactly when, but it had to be around 1990. I will contact Rick at CNN to see if he remembers. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I'll contact Rick to see if he remembers. I could have sworn Alan Burke and Tony Segreto filled in as well. Roger may be able to verify this. Roger Fagerlin, is that who he's talking about?
I guess.
Alan Burke was not on WIOD and never would have filled in for me because we were competitors. He didn't do my show, ever. Maybe you ought to check with him, too. I know he's still dead, but...
We'll get a seance going for you.
Yeah, let's get a seance going with Alan Burke. That's Mr. Burke to you, dummy. Like I said, he turned out to be a good guy, and then he died. That's unfortunate. There's so many other people on the air who've been on the air over the years, and they're still alive, who should be dead. Like the fake Tom Jicka, for example. Douche Nozzle Chris says, I'm sure you watched Obama's speech last night, not Godfather on AMC for the 500th time. That's correct. Did you see Senator John Boehner? I want to smack that goofy bitch across his smug, blanking mouth. And there was Bobby Jindal's GOP response. What a steaming pile of poo that was. That dude actually thinks he's got a chance in 2012. I realize that you're in love with one of his people, your boyfriend at Woodbine, but please, there's like 400 Indians living in this country, most of whom work in convenience stores and are the most impatient and rude people ever. Don't be picking on my boyfriend at Woodbine. Then what's his name is going to get all upset? The Rooster Cogburn there. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's talking about his boyfriends again. It's just too much all morning. That's all he talks about is hot guys. Yeah. Yeah, I was the one that made up the thing about Jeffrey Donovan, which I never heard of the show and never heard of the person before. I was the one that made that up.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck getting votes, even though no one except your own people can stand being in your presence for longer than it takes to buy a pack of smokes and a beef jerky, meaning Bobby Jindal. I realize that's racist, but I don't care. He's a Republican. Thanks, even though this might be blocked after you told me to go away after my last email. Douche Nozzle Chris. Yeah, go away. Bigoted bastard. We're not going to vote against Bobby Jindal because he's an Indian, but because he's an idiot. He's a right-wing extremist, a jackass, a simpleton. And he's condemning all those bailouts to the states, but he's taken 99% of the money. That's interesting. For Louisiana. Because it would be political suicide to say, oh, I'm not taking any of that money. All of our people are starving, but I'm not taking that money. Should we take a look at today's outstanding award-winning poll? I think it was a Brandon job. No, that's the one for tomorrow's. The definitive chick car of all time is, I don't know whose that is. 345 votes. Volkswagen Cabriolet 96. Mazda Miata 74. That got my vote, even though Alex Bennett drove a Miata. Oh, he was so twerpy, man. Miata. Television. Miata. Television. Remember those? He was horrible. Volkswagen Beetle 73, Pontiac Fiero 26, Mitsubishi Eclipse 18, Volkswagen Jetta 15, Toyota Prius 11, Dodge Neon 10, Honda Prelude 5, Audi TT 4. Can we say TT? I don't think so. Ford Escort 4, Jeep Liberty 3, Honda 200S 3, Isuzu Impulse 2, and Toyota MR2. Solamente dos.
Oh, Neil! Yes. To give you the real thing here, Neil.
After years of drug abuse and controversial rehabilitation, Beach Boy Brian Wilson is ready to release a collection of his latest compositions.
Thanks for granting us this interview, Brian. Brian, do you have any idea how retarded you sound? I'll show you what I mean. Here's how you sounded back in '62 from this early Beach Boy recording session. Hey, man, did you like it? Yeah. My ears, man. Okay, wait. Listen. Okay. Did you like it? Oh, that's very nice, Brian. Did you like it? Well, it's a little hard to dance to. Do you like it? Yeah, very nice, Brian.
The Brian Wilson collection of burned-out compositions.
Do you like it? Oh yeah, that's great.
Master copy available now on eBay.
Do you like it? Well, I've got to be going. You like it?
No. 10:18 at 560 WQAM. Happy Wednesday to you. Manashtana halala hazeh, as they say in China.
All right.
Chinaman. KP says, where's your ash at? Oh, I forgot today's Ash Wednesday.
Let me go
you got your
burn
ash
something
on your forehead?
Let me go make
some
bastard
ash. You?
I'll make some ashes and then I'll rub them on my head.
Yeah, I bet you will. Ash Wednesday gets its name from the practice of placing ashes on the foreheads of the faithful as a sign of repentance. Yeah, my cabbie had ashes on his head because he went to church on Sunday.
I thought he was a raghead, your cabbie.
He's Lebanese Catholic.
Ooh.
He has the beads hanging from his rearview window, mister.
The butt beads?
The cross and the beads.
How the hell did that happen?
There's a lot of Catholics in Lesbian-On.
I had no idea.
Well, I'm just telling you. See, you learn something every day from the old fag. The ashes used are gathered after the palm crosses from the previous year's Palm Sunday are burned. Well, whoop-de-doo. In the liturgical practice of some churches, the ashes are mixed with the oil of the catechumens.
Huh?
What is that? One of the sacred oils used to anoint those about to be baptized, though some churches use ordinary oil. Catechumens.
I don't even know if we can say that.
Well, call up Joyce and see if that bitch will allow us to say catechumens.
Catechumens?
Catechumens, yeah. This paste is used by the priest who presides at the service to make the sign of the cross, first upon his forehead, then upon each of those present who kneel before him at the altar rail. And then, of course, the altar boys, they get a little smear on the...
rectum.
Yeah. As he does so, he recites the words, "Remember, O man, that you are dust, and to dust you shall return. Oimen," says KP. Oimen. Oh, also, we got the real definition. This is the third different one for Afzulachas.
Great.
I think it might be correct. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Larry says, it means just my luck. Yeah. Joe Belly's sticking there to be general manager. Afzulachas. Just my luck. What a putz. So anyway, it's Ash Wednesday. Now, did we say happy Ash Wednesday or unhappy or just neuter?
Sorry. Wish I could help you.
Sorry what?
I don't know.
Boy, you are... I think that Rooster Cogburn is right.
Yeah, I'm a lousy Catholic.
No, he said you're a lousy human being.
Is that what he said?
I don't know what he said. I don't care what he said. I don't care what it said.
You must.
I'm starting to agree with you, which is, dangerous.
Yeah.
But these emails, they're from just absolutely lifeless turdburgers.
They're from the people that you banned from the show years ago.
Oh, they're from... Who knows who they're from? You start
exactly
assuming all... You know what you remind me of?
What?
There's this young guy, stockbroker guy, real jerk, who shows up at Woodbine every afternoon. I'll tell you, I don't know how his clients are making any money. I think he's taking their money to Woodbine. Let me take your money to Woodbine. I'll double it for you.
Yeah.
But anyway, he intellectualizes the machines. He sits and, if it gave 200, it's going to give 400 pretty soon. And it's going to... and I'm thinking about it. And I'm not just thinking, I keep telling him, why do you say this crap? You've been playing these for ages. Don't you understand it's just random luck? Oh, no, it's going to do this and the pattern. There is no pattern. And he just gets me very aggravated. He's an idiot. Stockbroker, it figures. Speaking of really dumb, here's one from Mary. Neil, did you hear any of the president's speech last night?
Well, did you?
Mary, you need a spanking. What are those things that they use to, not like whips or belts, but...
A riding crop?
Yeah, anything like that.
A cricket bat?
A cricket bat would be really good. Smack your ass till it bleeds, Mary. Did you hear it? I mean, why even dignify it with a response?
Because it would kill time.
No. Well, that's why I read it. Trying not to be chronic Jason is not to be confused with the other Jason. We have so many Jasons, some of whom are very chronic. But this one is not. He says, I enjoyed Obama's speech last night. The one thing I really like about him is he isn't afraid to point at the previous regime's mistakes. Right. Multiple times when Obama's given speeches, he has said things like, this mess wasn't under my watch. The same ones who were holding back the progress of the new bills trying to be put through are the same folks that got us into this mess. He also, on multiple occasions, has taken a swat at W's policies. A swat. No other president in my fading memory has done this with so much zest. Thanks, not to be chronic, Jason. Thank you. Amen. Yeah, I watched the president's speech. I loved it, Mary. 10:09, she writes that in. Now, isn't that one of the first things I said when I came on this morning? What a great speech he gave last night? Yes.
Well, maybe that email got delayed somehow.
Yeah, delay this.
Maybe she's listening on the archives.
Delay that whipping and beating and flogging. Delay it. Delay that piano wire around Rooster Cogburn's neck. Oh, I'm not anybody else. Yeah, I'm not anybody else. I'm Rooster Schmendrick. How about making up like what could possibly be a real name? You know, like John Smith.
No.
Mary Jones. Jim in Boynton says, how about the Jaguar convertible for the pull? For years and years, it's the only production car that evoked the thought, me. Well, what does that mean?
What's the model for that? Aren't there more than one?
Jaguar convertible? I don't know. I'm not going to start putting every car that was ever made on there. Oh, Jimmy Syphilis, here we go. Jim, you're a shadow of your former self. You were always very ugly, but your show used to be great on WNWS, WYNZ, WZTA, and WYOD. You're a doddering old man now, and George is a hanger-on. Signed, Jim. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Syphilis. Yeah, hang on to this, Jimmy. Wouldn't be the first time, from what I understand.
You fairy!
That's what Tony Cigaretto whispered in my ear. Oh, and Biden's got the ashes on his forehead.
Their paychecks go up because the withholding taxes are going to fall. And
how do you like that? You've got some chutzpah, man. Joe Biden, he's just sitting there, the vice president, and he's got the ashes on his forehead. Doesn't that offend you somewhat, that your vice president is, mixing religion with being alive?
Oh, he's got to play that political game. It's all part of it.
Give me a break. Go get a towel and wipe off his forehead, for Christ's sake. It is embarrassing,
but that's what it's all about.
Now, let's see who he's sitting there. Is the president there? We wouldn't know if he had the ashes on. No, he's sitting with some Jews there. They don't have no ashes on their forehead. I don't know who these guys are.
Public housing more energy efficient, making improvements in affordable housing, and also making sure that we actually begin to fund the lead-based paint removal program.
That was good. And you know why he was stumbling and fumbling there? He's got asses on his forehead. Rick says, did you by chance happen to see ABC last night before or after the president spoke? No, I did not. What's up with Charlie Gibson? Does he have Parkinson's? His head was bobbing and shaking like Janet Reno on a bad day. I don't remember hearing that he had Parkinson's, but he's got something going on there. Did you or George happen to notice that? George didn't watch it.
Nope.
He didn't watch any of the president's speech because George is a fascist.
Yep.
Maybe someone who watches ABC knows what that's all about, Rick. You know, the things that you people are concerned about, like all these emails I'm getting now about, Sanchez did fill in. Who cares? So, that's the bottom line. So, what if everybody who ever was born filled in on the Neil Rogers Show as host? So, and...
You're listening to Neil Rogers.
Yeah. Well, here we go again.
You get a lot of big sports with Neil Rogers on Sports Hole Radio WQAM.
This is CNN Breaking News.
The last days of the Bush presidency reportedly included a rift with Vice President Dick Cheney. Cheney reportedly still holds a grudge.
Mr. Bush, Mr. Cheney, together again.
It's good to be back here again.
It's good to see you guys.
Whatever.
What's the story about you two still having a problem?
I admitted that Dick Cheney's not the prettiest face.
I have differences in opinion.
Hey, guys.
Dick Cheney's bash.
Thank you, George. It wasn't me.
Dude, I saw you.
I'm broken.
Oh, he's going to be in the hospital apparently for a few days.
Hey, George, how many fingers am I holding up?
Well,
he's okay.
CNN Breaking News.
Speaking of piano wire, they should have had some there for Jew Lieberman. That would have made the night perfect last night. Instead of that smile. In fact, when Obama made the line about ending the war in Iraq and all the money we're peeing down the toilet on it, and everybody gave one of their 5,000 standing ovations, there was Jew Lieberman with that glib look on his face, standing and applauding. Oh, my God. You talk about a walking ad for anti-Semitism. Jesus, God almighty. And then, like I said afterward, when he gave him a hug, the obligatory hug. And isn't this the same Jew Lieberman that said he wasn't qualified to be president?
Yeah, I think I heard him say that.
Yeah. And was just joined to the hip of a McCain there.
Campaigning for the other guy.
Not just campaigning, they were joined at the hip. Every time you saw McCain, there was Jew Lieberman. Rubbing his tzitzis together.
Ooh.
Joe says, subject, Bobby McGee. I see. I was curious and did watch the little toy soldier, Bobby Punjab, give the Republican response to last night's address. If he and Milf Palin are the best the neocons can dish up for 2012, Obama's got it in the bag. If you take a turd and put it in a new Armani suit, it still reeks. Even Keith Olbermann said, "Oh, God," as Bobby made his way to the camera. No, I think what he really said was...
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Or maybe he said...
Oh, God.
By the way, look up Bobby's real full name and tell me the Republicans aren't hypocrites for making a big to-do about Obama's. Yeah, his name is Adam Schmendrick. Adam Oshmak sent me his real... What is his real name? His first name?
Who?
Payush.
Wow.
Payush. Well, I mean, if your name was Payush, wouldn't you change it too?
Yeah, there's something
There's just something about Nancy Pelosi that wants to shove her face into an apple peeler, yeah. She'd make a great Mrs. Howell in Gilligan's Island remake. In fact, Fershke says someone needs to put a seatbelt on Nancy Pelosi's chair. That's what I was thinking. She was up and down like a lunatic, like a jack-in-the-box. Fershke says she was up and down so much last night, it looked like she was doing aerobics. It's nice that she likes the president, but can't she tone it down a bit? In fact, you could see her prepping to stand up and do the standing ovation. She would, adjust herself in a chair, and you knew she was going to, pop up again, you know? She always got that stupid, drooling look on her face. Oh, God. Joe says, this is good. P.S. Didn't Sam Geisen fill in for you on Tuesday, January 12th, 86? I just can't make it through the day without knowing for sure. Attaboy, Joe. Excellent. Well said. Didn't this one do this, and didn't that one do that? And what if they did? What if they did? Well, What's the upshot? What's the point? All these silly radio groupie types. You're right about that. The radio groupies. Idiots. Including the fake Alice Rantel. Nobody cares about Tom Don't Like Us. I read that thing the other day. He's off the air. They pulled the format. Great. He didn't belong on the air in the first place. He was an idiot. CT says, morning, guys. Just wanted to comment on the speech last night. I thought it was great. He's definitely on the right path with the right message, in my opinion. Question, though, why do the Republicans answer every trouble facing us with tax cuts? Then they turn right around and say Obama and the Democrats are borrowing from the future. Give me a break. Are the majority of Americans stupid enough to buy that? I guess that's rhetorical, and, of course, obviously they're not because they voted for Obama overwhelming. A landslide. Landslide. But either way, you must leverage future money to stimulate economic growth today. I just thank Neil God that old man Mac wasn't the one up there yesterday trying to inspire us with his colostomy bag leaking. I wonder if Mac and Larry King swap colostomy bags. Maybe not the whole bag, just the...
Cube!
Anyways, I'd like to nominate the Scion TC for the poll as well. What is that?
I don't know.
A car, kind of car. Yeah. What?
I don't know what it is.
I never heard of it.
I'll put it on there.
Every time I pull up next to one, I glance over hoping to see a busty 19-year-old with lots of hairspray and very little inhibitions. Thanks as always, CT. Hoping to see. Doesn't say that he does see a busty 19-year-old. But nevertheless, I don't know what that is.
The Scion what now?
CT. I don't know. I already threw it away.
All right. I'm not going to put it
on. It's on the floor, and I'm too old to bend over and pick up that piece of crap.
Less work for me.
Now, Robert says, good morning, gents. Any chance of hearing Raging Bullwinkle this morning? Love the show. I have no idea what that is. I know there's Talk Dirty to Bullwinkle.
Right.
You know we have a bit called Raging Bullwinkle?
Maybe we did, and he has a better memory than we do, but I don't remember it.
Maybe that was the day that Saul Lipschitz filled in on the show. God.
Moishi Pupik.
Yeah.
A.B.
Chaim Schmendrick.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a guy who says, I would add Mini Cooper to the chick car poll. Well, you would. We won't. I would. As if. There's a list of 5,000 cars on there. That should be enough. Oh, Sid Rosenberg, Steenkrantz, Owitz, Schwartz, Schmendrick says, I believe when my grandmother used the phrase Afzulachas, it meant on purpose. Well, there's the fourth or fifth definition.
This is great.
Afzulachas. See, this is the one thing about Yiddish is that we use a lot of words that we really don't know for sure what they mean. They just sound good. They sound
It does.
great. They sound funny.
I like using it, too.
Do you?
All the time.
Adam Oshmuk says, his real name is Payush. Why does he have that stage name? Is he that embarrassed by his family's heritage? Well, obviously, yes. The fact that he needs to lie about his identity really makes me question what he'd ever do if he got into government. He is in government. He's in there. From Louisiana. Not only that, but he also speaks like a redneck. If you think Bush spoke like a moron, you ain't heard nothing yet. A redneck Indian guy. That's interesting. Oh, yeah, I'm getting some money for my birthday, March 1st, says Adam. What should I spend it on? I was thinking about some nice BC bud. Any suggestions? How do you like that? We got lawbreakers out there. BC Bud my ass.
Shameful. How do you do that?
Probably got the guys out there doing roids, too. And the fake Adam Kirshner writes about the fake Tom Jicha. This is beautiful. Yeah. He says, the fake Tom Jicha was right about Rick Sanchez. He did fill in on one day when you were on vacation on WIOD. George doesn't remember this? Not sure about the others.
No, I don't.
Who the F cares? That's the answer to the question. Who cares? George doesn't remember it. I don't remember it. And probably Ricky Ticky don't remember it either. And who cares? Oh, didn't he fill in one day? And didn't Alan Burke come over, the dean? And
if I had produced the show with Rick Sanchez there, I would have remembered it.
Right. But it didn't happen, so you don't remember. I do remember the day that, what's his name, Brian Adams.
Who?
Brian, what's his name? Little Brian, the little queen.
Craig?
No, not Brian Craig. Brian Craig never worked for us.
I know, but you said little queen, so.
A different little queen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Andrews?
Brian Andrews, what did I call him?
Adams?
Oh.
We're running out of material, folks.
Yeah, obviously.
I only remember Randy, Rick and Suds, Defoe,
Phil Hendry
filling in for you. Phil Hendry, I don't know if he ever did actually fill in for you, but if you remember
Mifo filled in on my show?
Yeah.
And I'm still on the air? Wow, what an accomplishment that is.
It's supposed to be a week. It only lasted 2 days.
Whoa. What, Mifo?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Boy, how embarrassing. Well, you got a memory for some real, maybe you could hang out with
things that actually happened.
Jicha.
Yeah, I remember those if I was there.
I see. Now, what was I going to say? Oh, Brian Andrews tossing it back to his colleague, Adam Kirshner. Remember that? There was some news thing going on?
I sure
now
do.
Back to my colleague. He wished he was his colleague.
That's a fact.
Yeah. He wished he had him on a leash like a collie. Back to my collie in the studio. Yeah. What a joke. That was a fruit farm, Channel 7, speaking of WSVN. That was a fruit farm.
Oh, man. What a secret.
Yeah. I wonder how the paperboy's doing these days.
So I'm on the Guinness Dictionary. How do you spell?
No, God.
For the record, have you ever used steroids, human growth hormone, or any other performance-enhancing substance?
No.
When I'm asked by the press, hey, A-Rod, why are you a cheating slob like Barry Bonds? I just coyly respond that I was young and dumb. I was young and stupid and dumb. The right sports agent and publicist can make a millionaire out of a dumbass kid. All you got to do is cheat if you're young and dumb. Young and stupid. Young and dumb. I was young and dumb, but what's more important is that I can't let Madonna find out I'm hung like a gnat. No, I was young and dumb. Young and dumb. All you boys and girls who want to be playing one day in the major leagues, just lie a lot and cheat.
I was young. I was stupid.
Idiotic jerk. It's 10:45. Most of yesterday's gains are down the drain on the Dow, down 185. So I guess it's a selling opportunity, wouldn't you say?
Sure.
Oklahoma Johnny, another fake, says, I'm glad to have heard you mention it was Ash Wednesday. I went to Mass this morning at 7 a.m. I don't like dealing with the crowds of people who come to the night Mass. Don't understand why they fill the church 4 times a year while the rest of us come every week. What are you abstaining from this Lent period? Oh, this is when they have that lentil soup, isn't it?
Oh, that'd be
during
funny.
Lent? No?
No.
It's not?
No.
I thought lentil soup was the soup was named after Lent.
I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know.
I don't think so. It sucks anyway. It's made from lentils.
Yeah.
Remember Yentl Green?
Yep.
I'm abstaining from television, says Oklahoma Johnny, fake. I hope you consider abstaining from something that is sinful, or at the very least, something for your emotional health or physical health. No, I'm not. I suggest you abstain from betting. And as a matter of fact, 2 o'clock, I'll be out the door. It's just a mirage. You derive false enjoyment from that activity. It's not kosher either from what I've studied. Is gambling kosher? It depends on what kind of a machine it is. It depends on if it's got a picture of Gary Sarner or Drew Lieberman on the side of the machine. 40 days and 40 nights is not that long. It'll be a real test of your self-discipline. Peace be with you and your show. Regards, the fake Oklahoma Johnny. Peace be with you, yeah. Piece of this, piece of that, piece of monkey pie.
Mm-hmm.
Piece of bullcrap. That's what all that Ass Wednesday stuff is. And there was your vice president sitting there with a bunch of asses smeared on his forehead.
I'm sure all the Catholics went nuts.
What?
I'm sure all the Catholics were like giving him a standing ovation.
Were they really?
I don't know.
Brandon says Channel 7 is still a fruit farm. Just heading up at the top of the list is Craig and Spilky's Naray. How Belky's is the lead anchor, I'll never understand. Well, how a lot of those people are on here. Oh, I see. Dr. Henry Finkelstein, I'm blocking you. You're boring. Boring. You know who I'm talking about? Dr. Professor Henry Schmendrick Finkelstein. Boring. Go away. Here's one from Snooky with a poll suggestion. Keep up the great show. You and George make this happen. Screw all the haters. Yes, screw them. Signed another Jorge. The most comfortable type of underwear is boxers, boxer briefs, tidy whities, briefs, Speedo thong-like. I don't wear underwear or WTF. Oh, that's okay.
I don't think we've ever taken an underwear poll before.
Haven't we really?
But you might have.
See, there you go again. It's not even noon, and already you're starting with that fag stuff. Don't blame me. Blame George. Blame George. He tries to lead me down the garden path, the Gaydon path. Oogling about those guys like, what's his name? Adam Campbell. Was that his name, Adam?
I'm not sure.
I'm not either. No, nobody knows
the last
who he
name
is.
Right? No, he's brand new.
No, he was not Brandon. Alex Campbell, I'm sorry. Alex. Well, we got so many Adams with so many fake emails, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one from Ron who says, what a speech last night. Did you watch it on MSNBC? Yeah, I did. But after they finished schmoozing, I turned it off. I did not see Olbermann say, oh, my God, into an open mic as Bobby Jindal walked out, looking like a vampire. God. Says here, looking like a vampire. What a hoot. We can only hope the GOP runs a Palin Jindal ticket in 2012. An all-Rube ticket for an all-Rube nation. Have a good day to you and George, says Ron. Well, thanks a lot, Ron.
Thanks, Ron. So how do you spell that Yiddish thing that you're saying? I'm going to do my own research.
I don't know how you spell it. Now,
give me a start. Give me something. Guess. O-F. A-F.
A-U-F.
Give me some more. 2 words. A-U-F what?
That's one word.
Right?
The second word, just a second.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
T-D-X.
Oh, I already tossed it. I Schmidt can't.
Whatever. What do you think it's going to be?
Just a minute.
Google's fine about correcting your spelling.
Can't find it. 1 minute. 1 moment.
All right. We got 4 hours. Don't worry. Take your time.
I am. I'm digging through the wastebasket. Off to Lachas. I don't know what the hell I did with that one. No. Can't find it. I'm off to Lachas. I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. How do you spell it?
It's going to keep me up nights.
Oh, here's one from Ed. I remember the day that the Malaluka lady filled in for you. Yeah, I remember that one. I think Tree Crawford was the engineer for that show. Not. Jimmy Syphilis says, oh, this is good. Subject, retire. Oh, you wish, little Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy.
You fairy.
Your memory is so bad, even I remember Ricky Sanchez and WIOD. It's time to hang it up and retire, not so gracefully. You made a career out of bad-mouthing my friends, and I don't forgive you for it. Ann Bishop did nothing to deserve your attacks over the years. She was a class act. She was not a class act. She was a hateful, sow, fat, bull-dyke bitch. A class act. A humorless, bull-dyke bitch. An
ass act.
Yeah, she was an ass clown. I have one thing to say to her and Sandy Payton and her dead body. Aptulachas. We don't know for sure what it means, but... Here's one that says, I'm going to preface this by saying I'm a Democrat. I voted for Obama. I wish he'd just exile every Republican to a remote sheep-herding island in the North Atlantic, which would then be summarily bombed off the face of the earth. That being said, I need to ask you this. Is there anyone out there who holds an opposing viewpoint of your own who isn't an idiot? An idiot is someone who doesn't know what day of the week it is, doesn't know what the capital of the U.S. or America is, couldn't find Italy on a map if you told him it's the country that looks like a boot. George W. Bush is an idiot. George W. Bush couldn't spell cat if you spotted him the C and the T. Bobby Jindal is not an idiot. He's a Rhodes Scholar who performed well enough at Brown University to garner acceptance into Harvard Medical School and Yale Law School. Bobby Jindal is a very smart man. He also happens to be inherently evil and corrupt. He's Hitler with a dot on his forehead. Yes, he does have extreme far-right fundamentalist political and religious views, which is unfortunate, and I disagree with him vehemently on his views, but holding those views doesn't make him an idiot. Yes, it does. See, book learning, and he can have all the degrees in the world. There's all kinds of smarts. It doesn't make him stupid. It just makes him a dangerous man and who happens to be really, really smart. Yeah, like Fredo, smart. That's what I would say. Bobby Jindal is smart like Fredo. I agree with you. You don't have to be religious to be crazy, but you have to be crazy to be religious. But crazy and stupid don't go necessarily hand in hand, says whoever this is.
They hang out together a lot.
Who's that?
Crazy and stupid.
Oh, yeah. They're probably lunching it today. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't surprise me. Now, Taker Park, that's a lady.
Yes.
You know who that is? Do you get stuff from her?
I do.
I think she's kin to, like, Taker Crap. It says, "Good morning, Neil and George. You may have received an empty email from me." Yes, I did. I'm sorry about that. I've just spent 30 minutes laboring over an email to you both, expressing how frustrated I am about the quality of Los Angeles radio. When I clicked send, that Farbison Hotmail crapped out. And 30 minutes about how frustrated she is over the quality. Why do we care about the quality of LA radio? Do we care about it? Absolutely not. Does our audience care about it? No. Basically, Los Angeles radio sucks. Well, you could have left Los Angeles out of that, Taker. Radio stations are switching formats like it's a swingers party, and the last decent radio hosts don't have criminal convictions are being kicked to the curb. I received an email survey today from the only classic rock station in L.A. requesting my opinion on things like streaming, archive podcasts, meal deals, etc., all things you both talked about these past couple of months. I was able to put down the Neil Rogers Show, WQM, for 2 questions that pertain to where did I learn and discover and listen to new music. Both of you play and discuss a lot of music I've never heard before. I play new music?
New to her?
Oh. Have a great day. Keep up the good work. Don't let the bastards get you down. P.S. Jolly Joe Jackass is a douchebox.
She must know him.
Uh-huh. To know him is to despise him, to revile. Ugh. Feh. Afzulachas.
I'm not having a lot of luck with
I'll tell you what. A-U-F.
Yeah.
T-S-U-L-A-C-H-A-S. That's as close as I can come to spelling it. T-S-U-L-A-C-H-A-S. A-U-F. And then separate words. Sulachas. And what the hell difference does it make what it means when you come right down to it? I mean, I just mentioned it.
I'm never going to rest
until I find out. And we've had like 85 different definitions, all of which are probably wrong. Just like the thing about, when did Henry Barrow fill in for you on your vacation on IOD? When did the guy with the eyes fill in a week on vacation? You know, all this other crap. This all comes back to the same IOD groupies. Whoever is behind all this fake this and fake that. Like I said, get out the freaking piano wire.
Oh, Neil! You're listening to Neil Rogers.
Well, here we go again.
This is the Neil Rogers Show.
You failed.
This is your brain. Any questions?
And now, here's another exciting offer from Video Treasure Chest, just in time for Bernie Capel's birthday. The Love Boat was about life on a romantic cruise ship, but the pilot episode featured a ship that wasn't nearly as nice as this Lost Classic shows.
Hi, I'm Julie, your cruise director. Welcome aboard.
Shut up! Yeah, shut up! I hope you aren't going to make us do anything stupid! Yeah, like some stupid luau! Or charades! I hate that! Boy, does that blow!
Screw you! Like I need a stupid job!
Is there a problem?
Get the stupid!
Hey, who's the ball geek? Put on some on-pants, busted!
I hate you! I hate all of you!
Hey, lick me!
I loathe this ship!
Yeah, well, I loathe you!
Oh, shut up! Yeah, shut up!
The original pilot for the Love Boat, the Loathed Boat, can be yours for just $19.95 in local video stores. Video Treasure Chest. We've got rooms of this crap.
It's 11 o'clock at 560 WQAM, and let's take a look at that poll. What do you say?
Do it.
Or not. We got 431 vote. The definitive chick car of all time is VW Cabriolet 119. Mazda Miata 93. You got to say it like Alex Bennett. Miata. Real wimpy and whiny. Miata. That wasn't a bad little car, as I recall. Was it?
They look nice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. VW Beetle 91, Pontiac Fiero 29. How about a Solstice?
Mm-hmm.
Mitsubishi Eclipse 22, VW Jetta 19, Dodge Neon 12, Toyota Prius 12, Audi TT 7, TT. Honda Prelude 6, Jeep Liberty 5, Ford Escort 4, Honda 200S 4, 2000S, whatever the hell it is. Toyota MR2 4, Subaru Outback 2, and Isuzu Impulse 2 out of 431 vote. From the Yiddish dictionary, no link included, Afzulaches, in spite, in order to spite. That's what we got yesterday. In order to spite.
Sounds right.
Like Jolly Joe Bell. I bet he says that all the time, Afzulaches, because that's his motto. Everything he does is for spite. Oh, I don't like that fat Hank. I don't like that fat Neil. I don't like this one. And so he just, goes through life ruining other people's lives. That's his goal. And doing a hell of a good job of it, too, by the way. Oh, thanks in advance for the overnighting. Tell your little bald friend that I don't send stuff on orders.
You just did.
I just did what?
Told him.
Thanks for overnighting my check. You'll get it when you get it, okay? When I'm good and ready to send it, then you'll get it. I'm dying. I'm starving. Well, go to the dumpster, okay? Go behind Publix. I bet you there's some really good crap in the dumpster. Don't forget to join George, or maybe George will buy a bunch of groceries. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
You ought to take Chicken Neck tomorrow to Publix and do shopping.
Okay.
Buy $500-600 worth of groceries. Fill up his Frigidaire and his cupboards. Pay his mortgage payment. Join George this Friday, 10 to 2, at Gulfstream Park and Casino in Hallandale. Come by for great horse racing, play a little bit of poker, maybe hit the slots for big money. We got our pick-a-pony deal going on Friday, too, like we do every week. How long does that thing go, by the way? Do you know?
I don't.
Oh. Plus, enjoy some great food and drinks while Neil and George get you ready for the Fountain of Youth Stakes this Saturday at Gulfstream Park. Can't wait to see if I can redeem myself this Friday. After that horse, Dr. Ooga Booga, last week, didn't run a step, didn't run a lick. I don't wanna. Hit him again, come on, I don't wanna. He didn't run at all. Rooster Choo Choo is back again. Sure. Subject, slim but athletic build. Sounds really gay to me.
Mm-hmm.
Slim but athletic build. Ha, 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 it says. Hilarious reaction by Georgie Boy.
Mm-hmm.
The truth hurts, doesn't it, punk? So I'm a fat slob.
Yeah, you
are. As a matter of fact, I'm 6'1", 185 pounds, slim but athletic build.
You're fat shut-in is what you are.
I run 10 miles a week while you're playing hopscotch with your daughter. For the sake of argument, I'll go along with the fact that she is yours, Georgie.
Uh-huh.
I'm a married professional, also have a couple of regular lays as well. Not to mention the one-night stands I get.
Oh, yeah.
I'm living the life you wish you had.
Oh, yeah.
Unlike Georgie, I don't have to ask permission to go out.
Uh-huh.
Neil, honestly, George is a repellent for your show. How does addition by subtraction sound to you? I'll tell you how all your emails sound, like real caca, John ZTR. This is his new creation.
Sure.
Rooster Cogburn. Oh, my God. As the rooster crows, he's got a slim athletic build and he gets laid. Who cares?
Oh, yeah.
Who cares? He gets laid in his own mind. Oh, here's one from Kim, who already sent me this once before, but was so dismayed that I didn't read it the first time. I Schmidt-canned it, and why I'm reading it now, I have no idea. Yo, Neil, I was the guy who told you about your so-called friend Tom Jicka, misspelled, when I heard him on the Sid Rosencrantz. Should go back to effing New York Jew show. Nice friend. He hasn't called you since. Yeah, as a matter of fact, 2 days ago, he sent me a nice email, the real Tom Jicka, and said you're full of crap. Well, if it's any consolation, Mo Howard was on Sid's show yesterday, and although Sid asked him about his time at 560, Mo didn't say anything negative or positive about you. At least you still have Mo as a friend. Take care and your show is still great, says Kim. Oh, God. A real yenta. A make-up yenta. It's one thing to be a yenta and report stuff that really happens. It's another thing to be a make-believe yenta, just make crap up. A Schmidt disturber. Or as somebody I know used to say, and I bet you he's probably dead by now, I'll find it.
Take your time.
Oh, here it is.
He's an agent provocateur.
Right. Troublemaking piece of turd with no life. Your so-called friend Tom Jitka, and you ought to see the way they spell, you know. Oh, this I didn't get to this one yet. I can't believe that. 2 pages from Bart and Raymond.
Really?
I told you about this one.
Bert and Ernie?
Neil, this is a very long email, more than your everyday email, but please read. I try to recount the events as best I could. Simpleton. Going back to the guy who said not everybody who disagrees is an idiot. This isn't about disagreeing. This is just about being stupid. Stupid is as stupid does. I have written to you before asking if you could talk about your private life on the air. The reason being that me and my friend at work don't think you are a gay man, that you are in fact as straight as an arrow. Well, you and your friend at work are full of crap. And get your own life, by the way. Here's how it all started. I'll try to be as detailed as I can. I listened to your show along with my friend Raymond during breaks at work. I bet you he's doing other stuff with his friend Raymond during breaks at work.
No question.
Anyway, we were talking about you in the lunchroom when another coworker overheard your name. He said, "Are you guys talking about Neil Rogers from the radio?" We nodded yes, and then he quickly followed with something that made our jaws drop in shock. "Oh, you know, he's not really gay, right?" he said. We asked, "What do you mean?" "Just what you heard," he replied. "Neil Rogers, the radio guy's not gay. It's all a shtick. Think about it. When did Neil come out of the closet?" "In the 70s, we replied. "That's right," he said. "In the 70s, in the beginning of his career, we need something big to put him on the map." Oh, my God. Talk about stupid is as stupid does. In 1976, when Anita Bryant was starting the fag witch hunts in Dade County, when all that crap was on the ballot, that was a really smart time to put yourself on the map as being an out-of-the-closet fag, you idiot, you moron. Me and my friend sat there but couldn't believe it because for the 15 years we've listened to your show, we never would have thought of something like that, but we listened intently to what this guy was saying because it sounded like there could be some truth to the whole deal. Well, guess what? There's not. Think about this also. Where does Neil live now? In Canada. In Canada, where he has privacy, nobody recognizes him. After years of hiding the fact that he was indeed a straight man and hiding his longtime girlfriend, he decided to move away where nobody would know. Yet to Toronto, where there's more fags than you can shake a stick at.
A what?
Your stick at.
Oh.
Hockey stick. At that point, me and my friend were speechless because in one fell swoop, this man was shattering the image we had of you, Neil Rogers. But how can someone keep something so well hidden? It's impossible, I told him. He responded, Neil is in the media, has power of some kind, and probably had the story suppressed. Yeah, the stories of my being hetero, right. This was amazing. Then me and my friend decided to take a picture of you and show it to our coworkers and ask them if they thought you were a straight or gay man. Most people agreed that while you looked creepy, you were all man. Oh, this is just, this is one of the all-time best, or worst, depending on your perspective. I don't know if this is true or not, but it makes sense since you keep your private life hidden well. If this is true, me and my friend applaud you. You've managed to pull a prank of Andy Kaufman-like proportions. Neil, please once and for all clear this one up. If this is true, please don't read on the air. We don't want you to get in trouble with you or your people. You or your people. Me and my friend joked that by the time you read this email, you'll have sent for someone to have us killed. Ha, ha, ha. Anyway, please tell us, what is the truth? It had taken us weeks to sum up the cojones to send this into you. Two fans who think you rock, Bart and Raymond. Well, guess what? I'm all
gay.
99 and 9/10.
Gay.
100%.
Gay.
400%.
Gay.
Fag, okay? But you continue, because you guys have no lives,
I have no
you
life.
continue fantasizing about mine. I said that back at the time, the first stuff about, why don't you talk more about your private life? Because it's none of your effing business. How do you like that?
Right.
None of your stinking business. Chris says, Uncle Neil, I don't get to listen to the show a lot. Unfortunately, I have a life, but I do check the articles you posted whenever I can. I'm surprised you haven't posted anything about Tom Amiano. Oh, yeah. Remember I read the story yesterday and his proposal to legalize and tax marijuana in California?
Yes.
Not only did I post this story, I read it on the show yesterday. Is there any chance that the economic implosion is forcing people to have some common sense? Anyway, I love the show. Hope you keep going till the day you die on the air, says Chris. I'm surprised you haven't posted anything about Tom Amiano.
Get with it, will you?
Chris read it on the air yesterday and posted it on our website the night before for yesterday's reading and breeding. Oh, God. It's just...
I have no life.
Tragic. Tragic doesn't come close to it. I thought the calls were bad, but these emails, they make you want to give up on life. If you catch my drift.
Mm-hmm.
Catch my drift?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even throw it yet. What day is today? Wednesday? Oh, tomorrow we got the Neil deal.
Right.
In fact, I'm going to talk about it right now. Nice segue. And then Friday we got the Pick-a-Pony thing.
And Gulfstream.
And Gulfstream. George will be at Gulfstream on Friday. Go see him. Bring him a bag of money.
Right.
Go bring him a nice $50 ticket to win on every horse in some race. That's a good idea. Then you'll cash. Of course, with your luck, it'll probably be some like 1-9 shot, you know.
Oh, well. It's all good.
Neil Rogers got.
New from the makers of Tic Tacs in association with Anabolics Anytime Enterprises, it's the new A-Rod Tic Tacs.
A-Rod Tic Tacs, you hit a home run and that's the facts. Hey Dad, I've been taking the new A-Rod Tic Tacs. I can't wait till Little League starts.
Shh, we got those from our cousin in the Dominican Republic. Don't tell the other kids.
Oh, okay, so it's a big secret then?
Yeah, it's a big secret.
So, give me a new Xbox 360 then.
What?
Do it or I'll tell.
Don't make me angry. He wouldn't mind me angry.
Okay, whatever you say, sir.
A-Rod Tic Tacs, you hit a home run and that's the facts.
A-Rod Tic Tacs, available now from a guy in the locker room of your local gym. But don't tell anybody.
Yeah, don't tell anybody.
Oh, that sounded like the Hulk. Like Lou Ferrigno, didn't it? Actually, I never watched that show.
It was awful. You didn't miss anything.
Was it really? I
Yes.
believe that. And what was, what's his name from My Favorite Martian was in it, wasn't it? He's dead, Bill Bixby?
Yes.
Was he?
Yes.
And what was his, was he the guy before he got like all bulked up?
That's him.
Wow. So how do I know that? I guess I must have watched it once.
You must have watched it once, or
and that was enough for me.
Read one of the comics, or
more than
heard about it.
Like listening to some of those sports shows, like listening to Drew Rosenstein-Krantz. I'm going to tell you something. There needs to be a major investigation with all these people with their salaries being cut, and with people getting blown out like the great Ken Malden. There needs to be an investigation and find out what the story is on the payroll if these idiots who are destroying our ratings and killing our audience are still getting paid. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This would be an infamia. This would be scandalous to find out that the Alex Marvezes and Drew Rosensteins of the world are getting paid while everybody else is taking a pay cut. That would be totally, absolutely, positively unacceptable. In fact, I think if you find that out, and you and all the other people taking that 5% pay cut, I think you all ought to walk out. Oh, phone's ringing. I'll be right back.
Take your time. I'll play Hulk music.
Physician, scientist, searching for a way to tap into the hidden strengths that all humans have. Then an accidental overdose of gamma radiation alters his body chemistry.
He's trying to drum up business. You're due for cleaning in March. Well, March of what year? Go away, bitch. God. We're going to be getting more and more of this. As business gets worse and worse, you're going to be getting more telemarketing crap.
Great.
Phone's going to be ringing off the hook. I would just take the phone off the hook and just throw it out the window.
Smash it.
Bash it. Oh, hello, Dr. Schmedrick's office. Well, go away. I'm busy. I'm busy. God. Now, what the hell were you just playing?
The intro of the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, really?
Show. Yeah.
Heard it was a horrible show.
It was a horrible show.
You picking on Lou Ferrigno again?
Not him personally. It wasn't his fault.
Okay, now let's see what this says. Oh, this is the second time they said this, and it's just as illiterate and misspelled as it was the first time. I just bought a Soltis and heading to Woodbine, misspelled. Both words misspelled. Hey. Yeah, hey. Hey, moron. Imbecile. Just bought a Soltis and heading to B-Y-N-E, Woodbine. I see. Jose says, didn't hear what Ruth Chris you were talking about, but the one in the Gables is great. While the one on 163rd Street went downhill in the last 18 months, it was in business. I'm assuming it's not in business no more, based on what Jose said. I wasn't talking about either one of those because I never ate at either one of those. I was talking about the one in Fort Lauderdale, which the last two trips there had extremely unsatisfying experiences. On a totally different tack, I can't tell how proud I am of our president. So nice to have a set of sentences strung together without a hint of hesitation that we got forever with that dry drunk. Please see the attachment included that shows what the GOP is looking for cause that Jindal guy would make Cheney look like a saint since he's a fundamentalist version of Attila the Hun. Please check the attachment, and I did not, and will not. Sorry, Jose, thanks. Please check the attachment. What part of I don't open attachments and don't do links, what part of that don't they understand?
I guess none of it.
I mean, haven't I said that very emphatically and very clearly and very...
Maybe not enough.
Out loud? Out loud?
Oh, sorry.
Out loud! Bill Dreck. What was his name?
Tech.
Bill Tech. He was a Tech Dreck. That was just such a mishmash of crap. Whammy. Oh, that was quite an experience. Thanks a lot, Marvin, you idiot. There's idiot.
Whammy. God, it sucks.
That's one of George's buddies, by the way.
Right.
Is he?
We hang out every day.
Do you? When's the last time you seen Marvin Rawman?
I don't know the number of years. Maybe
now,
around,
isn't he in the slammer with Mifo? Aren't they like chained together at the hip?
You know.
Kind of like Julie Lieberman and John McCain.
They had that association, but I don't think they're friends anymore.
Really?
After that incident.
After that engine thing?
Yeah. That engine business.
I wonder if that engine business had anything to do with Bobby Jindal.
Engine killer?
Different engines.
I wonder. Here's Mario says, I was sitting last night watching Obama addressing Congress. He was sitting. I'm glad you weren't standing, although he did get a lot of standing ovations. Especially from that simpleton bitch Nancy Pelosi. Oh. And the thing with she and your vice president, Joe Biden, were sitting behind Obama, since you didn't watch any of it.
Yeah.
And she was, like, ready to jump up out of the chair every time he said, like, 2 words. And on the other hand, everybody was standing, and Biden all of a sudden, like, I don't know what he was reading. Maybe he was reading the racing from Dover Downs, the racing program. I don't know what he was reading. But then all of a sudden, like, as an afterthought, he would jump up and start applauding. Like, he wasn't paying any attention at all. Maybe he was getting ready to put those asses on his forehead. Now, as you go around, I'm going to check that today. In fact, I guarantee you my cab guy is going to have his asses on today if he had it on Monday or Tuesday. Yes. He had the old ass on the forehead.
Really?
Yeah. Tell me about how he went to church on Sunday. And now, how long do you keep that on there? Do you keep it on there the whole 40 days and 40 nights all through Lent?
I don't know. I think just the day, until you take your next shower.
Just for a day?
You'll want a second opinion from a Catholic.
Mario says, I was sitting last night watching Obama addressing Congress. Couldn't help myself to think out loud. Wow, how do you like that? Out loud! Wow, a presidential figure on TV, a well-educated man who can obviously read and write, who's capable of putting more than 2 sentences together, who can actually make sense when he speaks with a real message to the nation. It sounds like he gives an F about this beautiful country and its citizens. Sorry if I'm sounding a little bit excited about Obama. It's just that it's been 8 painful, embarrassingly years watching a clown with a southern accent pretending to be a president, trying beyond his capabilities to speak English and deliver messages that until this day we're trying to decipher, such as, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on, can't get fooled again. Love the show. Keep up the great work, Mario. Oh, thanks, Mario. You can sit down now. He was sitting. Oh, and here's a... it's a picture of Obama with I don't know if that's supposed to be a wig, but like black hair, you know.
Oh, and like a fro?
No, not a fro, the opposite. Like Bobby Jindal hair.
Oh,
anyway, it's cute. It's amusing. But it's not for radio, you know. Put it on your site, Neil. Put this. Don't let me forget one of these days we're going to redo that website and like straighten it all out.
All right.
Sounds like a little bit too much like work to me, though. Then maybe we'll get those 80 billion hits on there like they do across the street, you know, that they're all screaming about. Oh, we got 4 trillion hits on their website on the George Sedano. Yeah. You should only wish. Like I told you before, and I'll keep telling you time and time again, you can't talk yourself into having an audience. Either you got one or you don't.
What if you do it a lot, like talk a lot and really loud?
Yeah, that helps. Especially if you do it out loud. Out loud! Oh, brother. I'm trying to think back to those. Now I don't understand, since they taped the show in the studio down on the 2nd floor there at QAM. Right. How did we interact with him? How did we ever meet him? Did we ever meet him?
Yeah, he came in once or twice or something.
Did he really?
I think he did.
With that fat farting Joe guy?
Well, he was the camera crew. Bill Tech had nothing to do with
I know that
particular crew.
But he was a fat farting guy.
But I think he came in and said hi, like a few other people's on that channel did.
Did
come
really?
In and say hi, sure.
And
nothing.
Gornish tells him.
Nice guy, big fan of yours, whatever. The show was awful.
Bill Tech?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen that show once or twice. And the one thing about that show, you could hear the audio, unlike my show.
Right.
I say show very loosely. Oh, it's a Neil Rogers show. Yeah, that was good. Thanks for getting me involved in that, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome.
Although it was free money. We weren't paying very much, but whatever it was free money. So I'll put that in the envelope when I overnight it to Chicken Neck.
Good.
Neil Rogers.
God. Hey, how you doing? This here is Jindal, former editor of the prestigious New York Post. I'd like to personally apologize about the cartoon of the two cops gunning down the monkey. We here at the New York Post in no way encourage the assassination of your president. I mean the president. All of us here at the New York Post, we ain't got nothing against coloreds. You coloreds are all right by us. I mean, we tolerate less fortunate who weren't born pristine and white. Or here in the office, we provide coloreds with their very own bathroom and water fountain. And another thing, Rupert Murdoch has taken matters into his old hands by replacing me with the new editor, Lee Harvey Oswald Jr. And just recently hired for the entertainment section, Johnny Wilkes Booth. So, no offense, how you doing?
We're doing it. It's 11:31, and I'm still not overnighting anything to anybody. I prefer the regular snail mail. Works like a charm every time. You know what I mean?
No, explain it to me.
And it doesn't cost $30 to send out during these difficult, these trying times in which we
economy.
live. That's right. How's the Dow doing, by the way, Fatso? Let me take a look. Forget about CNN because they put it way down there. You can't even read it with a... Oh, the Dow's down 131. Well, it's not as bad as it was. Not good. But it's not as bad as it was. We're not giving back all of yesterday's gains. NASDAQ's down about 24 points. Any interest?
No.
No, not if you're smart. Not if you're smart. A fool and his money are soon farted, man. Trust me when I tell you.
The hardcore realities of our situation right now. I think he did a good job. I think that in order to get the stimulus package passed, he had to give the dire warning and the consequences of not acting.
Oh, there's that boring Harry Reid standing there looking like he just farted real bad, and he's pretty embarrassed about it. And you know what? He probably did, and he probably is. Max says, wait till you hear this.
Hi.
See, this is what I don't understand about people in general. Speaking of Nancy and Obama's speech, every time she got up and sat down, her breasts kept jiggling. She must have at least a D cup. I know George noticed, you probably not. Hope I didn't ruin your lunch. Ba-boom, da-boom, says Max. Well, first of all, George didn't watch it.
Right.
But the most important thing is, why would anybody care about Nancy Pelosi's breasts?
Right.
And like I've told you many times, and it's true with heterosexual people and homosexual people, the size queens.
Right. Body parts.
Body parts. It doesn't make any difference what they're attached to. It's like the John Holmes syndrome, you know?
Right.
He was carrying around like a fire hose. But look what it was attached to. Feh. And so, like, anybody that's looking at Nancy Pelosi's jiggling breast really needs serious help. Serious.
I have no line.
Max.
You can have my portion.
Ba-boom, ba-boom, yeah. God. She is a beast. Not our beast, but she's nasty. She's grotesque. Well, let's see. Here it is. Neil, glad that you're back. Didn't get to listen to most of today's show, but briefly heard something about how I sent George negative emails. Oh, this is John ZTR. Didn't get to this yesterday.
Oh.
What?
Oh, nothing. I was farting.
Sounded to me like you were in pain. We better get those emails cranked up, because now I'm getting back into yesterday's leftovers. That means there sure as hell ain't a lot left in this pile. Neil at neilrogers.com. Let's crank them up a little bit, okay? Let's get something going here. Auf zu lachas. I heard something about how I sent George negative emails.
Yeah, that's not
Please tell George that fake our email. Listen, I'm going to read it just the way he wrote it. Please tell George that fake our emails are fake.
Okay.
You figure out what that means. I don't know what that means.
I'll look it up
They're
online.
intended to get a rise out of someone to be funny or kill time. Please tell George that because he takes the emails way too seriously.
Oh, yeah. Keeps me up at night.
I have nothing against George. In fact, I was a big fan, but that day when he blasted me, I was distraught. I got home and ripped off all my George posters off the wall. George's fantasy that I'm some fat pasty guy who sits around is wrong. I listen mostly at work, and the emails, despite what George thinks, take like 2 minutes to send. And I'm not Josh Friedman or any radio person, says John ZTR, who now has obviously morphed into Rooster Cogburn or whatever the hell he's, doing now. who started out attacking me, and the show it ain't what it used to be, and now all of a sudden is attacking you. John ZTR, he hates
boring
you.
by any name. The lot
exactly. Terminal. Ponderous. Not as ponderous, though, as did Winston Churchill fill in for you at IOD one day? You know, like that. God. Now, what is this one? Glad you're back. I like George, but he is not you. Why do they feel compelled to keep saying that?
Well, that says it all right there.
Yeah, well, we know that. Every time you fill in, George is fine, but he's not you. Well, that's why I'm getting paid the big bucks. Anyway, I was flying out of John Wayne, California airport yesterday morning back to Florida. While waiting to board, a very loud siren suddenly went off, and TSA thugs and Orange County police came running into the terminal screaming, "Stop walking, stop walking." Most of us were caught off guard and kept walking when the SS closed in, forcing people to stop. Everyone was terrified, which I'm sure was their intention. Suddenly they turned and walked away without an explanation as to why we were terrorized. Get me out of here. Now, is that... Well, I mean, what was that?
I don't know.
Besides a bunch of crap. Was it illuminating?
No.
Was it interesting?
No.
Did we find out what that was all about?
No.
No. Is it interesting at all to anybody?
No.
But he certainly had the time to sit down and send a pile of crap. KC says, oh, this is good. Real shot at you.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I don't know if you were kidding, but if you think that 46% of the listeners who indicated that they don't listen to any of George's shows are liars, as you stated, you were living in a fantasy world. That's me. I live in a dream world, baby. I'm not going to say George sucks, even if that's what I think, but only that he is no Neil Rogers. See, there we go again. I listen to your show for you. Well, guess what? I'm not working 52 weeks a year, 7 days a week, every 24 hours a day, just to make you happy, Casey, or anybody else. It is what it is, and the price is right. If you like it, fine. If not, bye-bye. Very simple, not complicated. If and when George takes over, I will not listen. I listen to music on those days. Apparently about half your listeners feel the same. Why would think anyone who enjoys listening to you must also enjoy listening to him? He cannot replace you. And what did I say? Anyone who enjoys me would, and vice versa, the same thing. George has got people who enjoy him because he's under the age of 100 and who hate me like poison. And that's just the way it is. But like I said, these are professional yentas. Oh, well, this one said this, and that one said that, and blah, 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 like Frankie Pentangeli, you know.
Yeah, sure.
God, get a freaking life already.
I have no life.
God. I'll tell you one thing, though. You stir them up.
Yeah, with a spoon.
Yeah, as Joe Rose would say, you stir it up. Why does he say that? I'm stirring it up.
I don't know. Maybe it's jock talk.
Is it jock talk or is it like
no, I thought you understood that.
What?
Jock talk.
No, I don't.
You're not fluent? You didn't take a class?
No, I did not. Oh, by the way, Paco went to see the Raptor game last night with some buddy of his. I don't know with whom or what, but he said he enjoyed it, and they won. The Raptors. Oh, Lawrence. You know, Lawrence already sent me one long ponderous thing about the speech last night, and now he sent another thing. And Obama isn't really black, it's shtick. And George is really a Bible-thumping, born-again, non-Hispanic man. And Hillary isn't really a woman. Well, that's... Oh, Lawrence. Lawrence, just listen to the show and enjoy it, okay? Stop feeling compelled to send me crap. He always seemed like a bright guy, like a human being. And now he's just degenerated into another guy that just fills up a couple of sentences on a page, you know? And I realize I'm begging for emails here because we're down to like a precious, very, very precious small pile here. I may have to play Poker Face for 2 hours.
Poker
Lady
who?
Gaga. Lady Gaga. You better get with it. Not only weren't you watching Nancy Pelosi and her jiggling breasts last night. Maybe you can explain that to me, that whole phenomenon about...
You nailed it.
Body parts.
So to speak. There are men who are only into, the size of that.
Gigantic breasts and then into
other
gigantic
men who are
penises.
Yeah, right. Like disembodied body
like
parts.
The guy that sent me the thing yesterday about the Indian guys with the condoms. It was an interesting story. They don't measure up. But what do I care about that?
I don't know.
I don't. In addition to which, am I ever going to see that guy's goods, his junk? No. So what difference does it make?
I don't know.
Remember that song, I Can Dream, Can't I? Who did that? The McGuire sisters? No. Some sisters. The Andrews sisters. Boy, you got to be really, really old to remember the Brian Andrews sisters.
Oh, God.
Remember
Remember when we first met, Mo?
Yeah, them's were the salad-tossing days. Like the time you ruined my first show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the premiere of the Mo David Show. 4 delightful hours of entertainment and information to help you get through your busy day. Actually, no, I'm just going to talk about sports here. All right, here's the scores. 7-2, 7-3. How about the Dolphins? Blah, blah, blah.
Hey, what are you doing walking through here in the middle of my show?
I was looking for the NFL concubine.
What are you thinking walking through my show, huh? Like this in the background. What the is it with you?
That kind of language is going to get you raped.
Do you know who I am? I'm Mo David. And that's distracting, see? Having someone walk through the middle of my show? Give me a answer.
I don't understand.
What don't you understand?
I just don't know why we need another sports show. I mean, what else can you say? There's only so much to talk about, you know? Oh, and by the way, something. I ate that last piece of pizza pie in the back room there.
Oh, good for you.
Thank you. It was tasty, too. Yeah.
Was my name on the box?
Yeah, it said right there. Mo's Pizza.
Get out of my studio, bub. All right, let's get this show back on track.
Can I just take a second here?
I'll give you a second. I'll give you 2 seconds. And you better use them to get the hell out of here.
I don't understand why they...
What? You don't understand what it's like working with professional broadcasters. Is that it?
Well, you call yourself a broadcaster, but you're not really a broad. Ever wonder about that?
Right. Thanks for ruining my show.
I enjoyed it.
Why, you dirty little...
Don't like you.
Oh, yeah? Then why you spooning me?
Yeah, spoon this. 11:46, 14 till noon at QM. Did I give the schedule? I don't think so, not that it's all that big of a deal. It's pretty much the regular
you have to do it twice.
Stuff. Big O 2 to 4, Mad Dog 4 to 7, in-house. What is it? Oh, Dolphin tonight 7 to 8, then Hurricane Hotline 8 to 9. Oh, wow. And then the DA show 9 to midnight. As he tries to follow Dolphin tonight and Hurricane Hotline. Wow. Just keep in mind.
Joe Zagacki sucks, okay?
You bet. Paul Castronova, the fake one, of course, says, George is fine off the air. He is a bore on the air. Now, do you know him?
Who?
Paul Castronova.
I met him once. Years ago at an appearance of yours.
Really?
Yeah.
IOD days?
I believe so, yeah.
Maybe that was the week that Meg Greenfield on my show.
I think it was at a record store or something. Not the downtown.
He's a bore on the air. His show is for young punks who don't listen to AM radio. He would fill in on Power 96. Regards, Paul. Subject, George sucks. How do you like that?
How do I
Paul Castronova taking a shot.
What do you mean?
Basically,
how do I ignore that? Is that what you're asking
That's
me?
what the emails have degenerated into now. Is that George isn't Neil and George sucks or whatever. Or some variation on that theme.
Steve Kane cronies over there. Yeah.
See, you keep hallucinating and imagining that you know who's sending these. There's a zillion people out there in the Naked City.
Right. And I know that the people on the phone
you know
that you
what?
don't talk to have found a new avenue, and they're going ape. They're going crazy, and great for them.
Yeah. Well, it looks to me like we're going to have to be taking calls noon to 2.
Great. Whatever.
Great.
Do it.
Well, there sure as hell ain't no new emails coming in.
Double dog dare you.
Wow. Double dog dare you what?
Take some calls.
Either that or spin some wax.
Sure. Read some stories.
Read some stories? You think I'm going back to that? Although I do have one. And you know what it's about?
I don't know. That speech?
No, it's about Jackson's star in Nigeria Resort Row. Remember you were talking about how Suds brought that up or somebody asked about it?
That slave land.
Slave thing, yeah. Right. I got the story.
Excellent.
From BBC News, no less. So it might actually be accurate. It might be inaccurate. Oh, speaking of that, how's the poll doing? 497 votes. That's pretty impressive. Not like George Sedano with his 45 million votes that they get on every poll they take over there. Oh, my God. Their thing just gets blown right out. When in doubt, blow it out. Yeah, their thing. The definitive chick car of all time is Volkswagen Cabriolet 140. A lot of VWs on here. VW Beetle 111. If it was good enough for what's his name?
Hitler?
What was his name?
Bundy?
Ted Bundy, yeah. That's how he got caught with that damn Beetle. Mazda Miata 103, the Miata. Pontiac Fiero 30. Boy, there's a big, just those top three, and then after that it's nothing. VW Jetta 25, Mitsubishi Eclipse 23, Toyota Prius 13, Dodge Neon 12, and after that it's small potatoes. Nothing. So just those top three, the Cabriolet, the Beetle, and the Mazda Miata. Nobody voted for the Solstice. That's good. Are you cracking your knuckles again? I heard it.
Sure am.
I heard it with my own ear. There's one thing that's really annoying, and that's earwax. And you know what I never think to buy?
Q-tips?
Q-tips. Now, when we were in Vancouver last weekend, in the hotel, boy, I'll tell you, that's a beautiful hotel. They had, in the bathroom, they had, among other things, Q-tips.
Really?
And I just did a beautiful job cleaning my ears. It's not good to do it with your finger, with your little finger.
No, you're supposed to Q-tip, like, every day I do that.
You Q-tip every day?
Every day.
I think you got a fetish.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Who in their right mind Q-tips every day? That's like people who floss every day. Now, we're all supposed to do that. And every time I get my teeth cleaned, they give me like a little thing of dental floss. Not very much.
When I get out of the shower, I mean, do you like water in your ear? I mean, if for no other reason.
I don't have water in my ear.
Well, after I take a shower, I stick a Q-tip in there every day.
Yeah.
So I don't have any earwax.
Probably after you take a dump, you stick one in your
rectum.
Just to make sure.
What a great idea. Do they make them any bigger than those little ones?
How about an A-tip? We got the Q-tip for the ear.
Yeah.
I wonder what that means, Q-tip. You ever stop and think about that?
Some quippy... I'm sure there's a story behind it, but I don't know what it is.
Maybe queer.
Maybe.
Hey, you queer.
Queer tip.
Yeah, queer tip. There you go. See, George uses queer tips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're obsessed with you. I mean, if we didn't have a bunch of emails about you, we wouldn't have anything.
Apparently not.
I mean, we'd have like maybe 1% of what we get if it weren't for the 99% about George.
Gilberts hate me for hanging up on them.
Gilberts?
Yeah.
See, now you got Gilbert involved. It's the King crew. It's the Gilbert. It's everybody.
It might as well be just one person.
Oh, my God. Gay Ted is chiming in now. Let's see what Gay Ted says. When will you come to your senses and admit that nobody likes George's show? Oh, Gay Ted, a new character. Okay, let me print it out. I'm sure you'll enjoy hearing it.
Yeah.
In its entirety. If it'll ever print. This Outlook Express, it's not what you crack it up to be.
I never.
Never what?
It's the worst email client. I tried to get you to use a different one, and you couldn't figure out how to configure it.
No, you couldn't get me to do it right.
Yeah.
You couldn't give the right directions. Oh, that's right. Blame me. I'm a decrepit old fart, and I don't know how to do the internets.
I was doing it along with you, and you weren't following instructions.
You're full of crap. It didn't work. Sandy Frazier, PR.com, Obama's Beautiful Rhetoric. It's a column by somebody. I don't want that. I don't want somebody's columns. What's wrong with you people? I mean, the effort that it takes, they could be using the Q-tip, cleaning out their ears. Oh, my God, says Walt. PT Cruiser would seem to belong on there. Actually, that would seem to be for middle-aged females. They don't necessarily qualify as chicks. PT Cruiser, what is that?
It's a good suggestion is what it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, put it on there then. We already got 501 votes, but get it on. All right, here's the latest rip job on poor George. Ted says, hello, Neil. When will you come to your senses? Admit that nobody likes George's show. Oh, Gay Ted. You say you don't listen to it. Say, so can you say if it's good or not good? It's fine because it fills the time when I'm not here. And we do just fine in the numbers. And in the summertime, we do great. So that's all I care about. Please tell me who wants to listen to stories about George going roller skating, taking sign language classes, or smoking pot. Nobody cares. And nobody cares about the music George likes or what movies he thinks are good. The second I tune into your show and hear that George is on instead of you, I immediately change the channel. I refuse to listen to George, would prefer to hear the best of Neil Rogers. Oh, this is from Joe Bell. Would prefer to hear the best of Neil Rogers show instead. He likes the tapes. I would prefer to hear best of Mo's show as opposed to George. There is no best of Mo. Why are you in such denial about George's show being awful? It's time to wake up and make a change. Fire George now, says Gay Ted. Fire him now. No. How do you like that? They're just, that's a medley of their material.
As flattering as all this stalker obsession is, I can't remember ever being as bored.
Now that's just,
and that includes the Rimmer hockey shows.
The what?
The Rimmer hockey shows.
No, it's not in the same category with the Rimmer hockey shows. There is nothing in that category. And you allowed me to do them.
Oh.
It's a miracle that we're still on the air. Thank God I don't hear from that nitwit anymore, that Rimmer. Time for a hockey show, a hockey show. You know, this is a guy, between his stock advice and his show advice, practically put me out of business. Financially and whatever else. And never apologized for it.
Apologized? He kept talking. He kept talking the hockey. When are we going to do another hockey show? When are we going to do another hockey show? How about tomorrow?
When the North Pole freezes back over.
Well, it be the 12 to 1 hour on WQAM.
I never saw it coming. They took my job away. I got no paycheck coming to me. Lost my 401k. I say that any job is worth doing, so I'll take what I can get, mop the floor and make it wet, though I still look at those newspaper ads. Too bad I ain't seen nothing yet. Baby, I ain't seen no jobs yet. That's one layoff I won't forget. Baby, I ain't seen no jobs yet. There ain't no jobs around.
1201 at 560 WQM. Happy Wednesday, unless you're unemployed, unless you're SOL, unless you got no... if you're afzulachas, good luck to you. We wish you all the luck in the world. In the meantime, while you're sitting around on your ass, send us an email and tell us how George sucks. You know, something creative like that. Right?
Why not?
Marcia says, "Hi, Uncle Neil. I'm worried you're going to trash me, which is why I never contacted you. I'm a dark-complected 30-year-old... girl that's a Neil fan. Probably very unusual, but I love it. Anyway, my boyfriend turned me on to you about 3 years ago, and ever since I've been hooked. Of course, your political views have had a lot to do with that, and I must say, your religious views have opened my eyes a little. You know, us dark folks are very Lord-friendly, especially when everything else fails. When all else fails, turn to the Lord." Well said, Marcia. Oh, it's not Marcia, it's Maisha? Oh, okay. Misha. Oh. Misha. At the end, she tells me how to pronounce it. Misha. What kind of a name is that?
Don't know.
I still have faith, but I think my intelligence is doing its best to take care of that, too. Anyway, I was so proud last night. I cried on many occasions. Also, I love the fake emails. Unlike George, I love when you engage with them. It's so funny to me, especially Jimmy Syphilis. And here comes the good part. Hey, now the morning is over. It's afternoon, so I can be as faggy as I want. Especially to impress those two idiots. Oh, I think it's all a big act. Yeah, right.
Are you keeping it in a time zone now?
Mm-hmm. No, the guy said, when you talk about, it's too much to handle all morning.
Oh.
Don't you remember?
That's right. Forgot.
Rooster Cogburn?
Mm-hmm.
Neil, what do you think about Cristiano Ronaldo? He's my ultimate hot. Amen, sweetheart. Misha's got good taste. George, you're cute, too. Oh, like I said, she did have. Love your pics from the website. Love you, Misha. Yeah, when I think of Cristiano Ronaldo, I always think of George.
That's right. Like 2 peas in a pie.
He is a beautiful man. Cristiano, not George. He is gorgeous. He is to die for.
Oh, God.
He is to squeeze and please right around the knees. Anyway, Chronic Jason says, don't they get it? Don't they get it? Don't they get what? Oh, I see. Neil, does Joe Bell have joys for brains? Yes, as a matter of fact. Dan LeBastard is killing you guys in the afternoon with his fun and non-sports intensive show. Yeah, and? What does Joe put on the air? A special 2-hour show on Miami Hurricanes basketball. Talk about narrowcasting. Also, I sent George the info, but maybe you're interested to know there's a huge bluegrass festival this week in Hollover. No, I'm not. You care about it?
No.
Hollover's where the nude beach is. Boobs, booze, and bluegrass. Yahoo! Hope to see you there, says Jason. No chance in anybody's pants. Bluegrass festival. and haul over Nude Beach. Oh, my God. You talk about gruesome people. I've been there. Oh.
And what'd you think?
Gross. Gross guys standing around naked with binoculars looking at other gross people standing around with binoculars. Looking back at you. But nevertheless, evidently Jason doesn't have the rich, full life that we thought he did. Maybe you can get some tips from Gay Ted.
Maybe he does well there. I don't know.
Speaking of tips, cotton swabs.
Yeah.
See, this is a damn educational show. I mean, well, you think on the Jimmy Syphilis show you're going to find out about cotton slobs?
What about them?
British cotton buds consist of a small wad of cotton wrapped around either one or both ends of a small rod, usually made of either wood, rolled paper, or plastic. They are commonly used in a variety of applications, including first aid, cosmetics application for cleaning, and arts and crafts. Arts and crafts?
Yeah.
Why would you use Q-tips for arts and crafts?
Have you ever done arts and crafts?
I don't even know what that is.
Like making little things like paintings, macaroni art, little tchotchkes, things like that. You use them to apply glue as a substitute paintbrush, to wipe stuff off, excess glue, things like that. 1,000,001 uses, man.
Well, wait till you hear this. The cotton swab was invented by Leo Gerstenzang in the 1920s, who invented the product after attaching wads of cotton to toothpicks. His product, which he named
Q-tip?
Baby Gaze.
What?
Baby Gaze.
Okay.
Went on to become the most widely sold brand name, Q-tip. The term Q-tip is often used as a brand name for any cotton swab, a brand nomer.
Right.
Oh, there is a Bobby Jindal. He's weird.
You're worried about losing your health care in your homes.
What?
Don't stop now. Are they getting into why it's called a Q-tip?
Yeah, I'll get to it.
Right.
We got a long way to go. Will you relax?
No, I'm impatient.
God, they just have Bobby Jindal on there. He looks like Bela Lugosi with a bad case of something. The word Q-tip means quality tip, with tip referring to the cotton tips at the end of the stick. Quality tip. The Q originally referred to quilted. A quilted tip. So if you put some cotton on your tip, you can have a quilted tip or maybe a quality tip. They are sometimes referred to by the British Indians and South Africans as earbuds, and also are known as ear diggers, cotton wool buds, or ear sticks. See? Leave it to me to open up. Oh, there's Joe Biden again with the schmutz on his forehead. Hey, somebody go tell him to wash off his forehead. He's got schmutz on it. Ass Wednesday, my ass. What is wrong with people? See, this is the one thing about religions. They can tell people to do any kind of crap, and they'll do it.
Yep.
Anything.
What a great scam.
Drink the Kool-Aid, put the ashes on your forehead, wrap the tzitzis around your arms so that you cut off the circulation and you nearly die.
Right.
Like you did that day.
Give us money before you can have sex.
That's right. Give us money before you do anything. Before you spend it on something worthwhile. Give us all your money, honey. Quality tip and quilted tip. Earbuds.
I feel like
earbuds.
So much more enlightened now.
British Indians. I better talk to my Indian friend about the earbuds. Can I look in your ear, bud? Not rear buds, earbuds. We're kicking ass on that poll. I don't know why. He likes it. 525 votes. We're going to do over 600 votes today on a new poll. That is really awesome. Almost as good as Chaim Schmendrick over there. What's his name? Stu Gotts.
Oh.
Neil, do you want to do a story on this? Speak like Barack Obama, now you can do it. No, I don't want to do a story on that. I don't want to do a story on anything. Send me something, don't tell me Harry about George in your absence. Okay, now maybe this is a positive.
Maybe.
Yeah, this is a positive. Some strokes for George.
Let me get ready.
Some props for the old goofball. But this Outlook Express just stinks. Because you click on print, and it just takes its time. There we go, and then finally the little box comes down, selection print, and there we go. But it's got the things. Oh, here you go, Paul Castronova, your mama. You still play Your Mama? I remember this from the WINZ days. Paul. Thanks for listening, Paul. You might learn something, but I doubt it. Your Mama. Your Mama?
Yeah, you used to play that.
But what is it?
It's not in mine anymore. It might be.
Oh, we don't have it anymore. Your mama?
Yeah, that's right. I said your mama. Remember that one?
Probably something filthy.
No, that's all it says.
Toto Carl says, I'm sure most chronics like me would agree. George is great with you on the air and as a board-op. The truth be told, you're in a league by yourself. Nobody can fill your donut cushion. Oh, your donut cushion.
Remember it now?
Oh, yeah. Where'd you find that?
In the computer. I obviously recorded it and saved it before it got erased out of the DCS. Remember that accident we had, that DCS accident that I had? I remember you playing this...
well, here's the fake Mark Hockman from across the street. Well, see, the one thing, we can never lose George, because otherwise then I won't have any more emails. Let's see what the fake Mark Hockmer Nishkane Chinik from across the street says about George Sedano's poll and his numbers. As if. Are you concerned about that?
Am I?
Oh, they get so many votes on their poll.
They're beneath my notice.
And of course, it's not just the same people voting over and over again, including them.
My notice.
Harry says, just to let you know, contrary to the George haters, in your absence, George does a fantastic job. His conversation is fresh and interesting. Last week, he did a great job. Very entertaining on a variety of subjects. Lots of laughs and much better audience participation since he cuts off the chronics before it can get started. That's the same guy that wrote me yesterday about the much better audience participation.
Uh-oh. You got a text message.
No, it's Viagra.
Is that what it sounds like?
This may be why they hate him so much in their emails, since he won't let them get the airtime that they're dying to have. Unfortunately, they found a way to get around that by you reading their boring George-bashing emails. Why don't you stop reading their George-bashing emails, see what tactic they come up with next? Maybe they will commit suicide, says Harry in SIB.
No. They'll go back to
This is the same Harry that was... don't worry about it, Harry. It's a show. It's a radio show.
You get paid the same.
Kills a lot of good time for us. So you actually were suckered in by that... Viagra email I just got, or that's what it is.
Maybe it was soft Cialis. Or super Viagra.
It was from Betty Johnson, and as soon as I read about her Johnson, I didn't know Betty had one, but that was the end for me. Delete. Okay, here's the fake Mark Hockman from over at across the street. Neil, welcome back. I heard you wanted to know about Sedano's poll for yesterday. No, I did not. I've attached the poll with the count on Sedano's poll for yesterday. Ratings day is coming soon. You'll surely be the subject of conversation here that day. I'm off on Friday. I stay in Dania Beach, so I may head down to Gulfstream on Friday. Yeah, maybe he'll come and see you. You've been doing a great job with your picks. I may follow your lead. I'm giving you the inside total. Don't believe the numbers listed on the website. There is no total. Sedano poll of the day. What's the most painful movie scene? The sledgehammer scene in Misery. Franks and Beans scene in Something About Mary, the only two listed here. And the sledgehammer scene won. And then that's it. I don't see any numbers. I don't see any poll numbers there, Mark. Fake Mark. Isn't that embarrassing?
There's one.
Oh, you're getting a lot of stuff. Great. Thank God for George, that's all I can say. Otherwise, I'd be sitting here taking a bunch of stupid-ass calls. And that's not going to happen anytime soon. I don't see any numbers on here, Mark, fake Mark, Mark, Birdie, whatever.
Didn't we discover that other people don't display the numbers? They just do percentages or something?
Right.
Is that not the case over there as well?
I don't know, and I don't care, really, when you come right down to it. I don't care about George Sedano. I don't care about Sedano's Supermarket. I don't care about if they had 80 trillion votes on the poll. And, by the way, that poll is the most painful movie scene. How about what's the most painful radio show, Mark?
Howard David's a bitch.
Hi, I'm Ewell Gibbons. You may have wondered what kind of sausage is floating in the pink juice jar at the Mini Mart. Well, they're a byproduct of transgender reassignment surgery. Quite tasty. And good for you. Ever see nuts hanging on the back of a truck? What you don't know is truck nuts are also a byproduct of transgender reassignment surgery.
You're sure you want to do this?
Yes, Mommy. Yeah, I want to look more like a woman.
Okay, hold still. What do you want to do with these?
Just hanging on the back of a truck or something.
Adorn your pickup truck with dangling manhood by dangling someone else's. Available in brass, chrome, and blue anodized. Make your truck use less gas by showing your ass with T-Nuts.
Oh, yeah. yeah, good old truck nuts. That's something I hadn't... I'm not sure which is more impressive, Q-tips or truck nuts.
Oh, there's no question. No contest.
Now, here's one that I have no idea what this is all about. Oish Moy Jew, Chronic. Neil, speaking of the old days on FM radio. Now, when were we speaking of the old days on FM radio?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
Must have been a long time ago.
Your friend Ricky used to work for me in Miami. I don't even know who Ricky is. I have no idea who that is. Do you know who he's talking about?
I only know one Ricky, the kid with the had some issues there. Your MySpace friend? Is that not a Ricky?
Jacob?
No. Came to
that Ricky.
Came to Gulfstream.
No.
I'm reaching over here. I don't know anybody else named Ricky.
No. By the way, he vanished like everybody else on MySpace. They all vanished. That's okay. While he was chasing you, I was chasing his girlfriend, Mighty Low. Remember her? Remember him? No, I do not.
Wow.
Never had a life, it says, and then it says, oi. This is like this could be like in Sanskrit.
Sure.
I have no idea what the hell that means. Your friend Ricky. I didn't know no Ricky. I didn't know no Godfather. Stupid, idiotic crap.
Sure.
544 votes on that poll, though. Nothing new, though. I just checked on your Outlook Express, on mine, and yours. Nothing new. I guess Rooster Cogburn's out of material.
Oh, no, he's not.
All this gayness. Yeah, you're right. That must be the Reverend. And his boyfriend.
They started before it was popular.
Here's one from D-Bar. It says, "Hi, guys. People are obsessed with George. The rare times I write in, I know I ask most of my questions about George, but then the more I know about him, he talks about his wife, his kids, juggling, rollerblading, pot smoking, religious views. He just gives you so much to comment on. I don't believe for 1 minute all those people really want George gone. If either of you sucked so much, they just wouldn't listen. And here's a question for George. How does he manage to bong it in Florida? I thought they really bust you hard down there if they catch you toking. Also, does he let his kids smoke? Oh, my God."
Well, here's the answer. I just pretend to smoke weed like Neil pretends to be gay. It's just an act for the radio.
Uh-huh, I knew it.
This is all a made-up persona. I'm actually not in Florida.
And this Harry Ebner, he sent the email twice. Maybe Harry on Sunny Isles Beach wants to elope with you. Do you think that's possible?
Maybe.
Oh, I just got another text message. "I'm sleeping." It's only 20 afternoon.
That's a talent if he can text while sleeping.
Hey, I got news for you, man. Some people got it pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, some people got a pretty good life. Well, he's, spent a lot of energy watching the Raptors game last night. You couldn't pay me $100 a minute, I wouldn't go to an NBA or any basketball game. I used to broadcast college basketball and high school basketball back in the day when I was jonesing to be a sportscaster. Well, I'm sure glad I didn't pursue that. Everybody and their brother now is a sportscaster. Although I will say this, there are plenty of job opportunities since we've now got 400 sports stations. And since today is the 25th of February, where's the straight dope? Where's the poop on the big changes coming on 940 on March 1 and all these other changes that are allegedly happening? S. Quinn says, "Last Friday, me and my son.
Hey.
I mean, I don't want to be a nitpicker, and I realize I'm not some kind of intellectual or even pseudo-intellectual, but Jesus God. Me and my son went to the new A-Rod Park at UM. We sat last row behind home. The new press box is right behind. Us and I... the new press box is right behind us. I see, I'm sorry. Because that would be a new one on me. Us and I... is right behind us. I could hear Joe S. before the game started. No, it's Joe Z, not Joe S. Then I saw this thing in a UM tent waddle in and crush a chair next to Joe. Is this the Beast? Wow. Yeah, that's him. Maybe you can tell me why Joe turns it over to the Beast for the middle innings so he can eat his brown bag dinner at a little table in front of the press box? Why does Joe do the baseball games? They need their own voice. Anyway, please verify what I saw. Yeah, that was the Beast. So the Beast actually does play-by-play?
I don't know.
Oh, you've got to be schmitting me. Ron says, "George is fine. I listen sometime. The only reason I don't listen all the time is I'm not interested in some of his subjects. But he sure is better on the radio than the jocks that are on your station, says Ron. And his ratings are better than the jocks on his station, too. How do you like that? Oh, here's the fake Manny from Kendall again, Armando Canas Ferrin.
Armando what now?
Armando Canas Ferrin, Ferrin. Neil, you used to have a great promo I haven't heard in years, and I fear that you've lost it. Hopefully that you have it somewhere in collecting dust. Can you please play this gem of a classic I never believe made any of your best of tapes or CD? Heavy Metal, Neil. Stan Majors and I used to jam to this all the time on his show, Manny from Kendall.
I don't know what he's talking about unless he's talking about the
I know what he's talking
heavy metal,
about.
Sometimes I Feel.
That's exactly it. It's right here. Manny from Kendall and Stan used to do the Boogaloo together or separately. Sure can't hear you because it's dropping out. Now it's back.
I can hear you fine.
It didn't drop out at all?
No.
But you did.
Sorry about that.
Got 5 green lights now, but I'm just warning you right now.
All right.
Somebody's potchking around with something. One of the red lights was on the little thing. You know the little box I'm talking about?
Yes.
It's got the 5 green lights.
Our doohickey.
You probably wondered why I interjected there in the middle of the spot because it dropped out. Right now, 5 green lights. Woo. Let's proceed. Or not.
Neil got WQAL.
George might have to finish the show.
The faggot is. You fairy guy.
Hello, and welcome to Movie Line. If you do not have a touch-tone phone, go out and buy one. If you speak Mandarin, Chinese, press King Kai. We have all the Oscar-nominated movies. Enter the first 3 letters of the movie. Sean Penn.
Oh, boy.
22. Tickets for The Curious Case of Benjamin's Love Button. 23. Brown in Kung Fu Boyfriend. If you are confused, press 7. 3259 pound 422. You have just purchased 4,000 tickets for Oscar Mayer in Hot Dog Millionaire. August 33rd at 5 a.m. showing in Des Moines, Iowa. Thank you for calling Movie Line.
You're welcome. Power Telemarketing, Toronto-based, not overseas. Here's a fax spam.
Okay.
Oh. I thought maybe you were sending me something really important.
No, not me.
Well, you'll be pleased to know my check did show up, and it's in the bank. And I had a really good double day at the Woodbine yesterday to show you how sick I am. I went twice.
I thought you were going to say a double deuce, a double Dutch.
I did that this morning.
Excellent.
Double deuce.
Just this morning?
I deuced and reduced. I joiced and rejoiced. Because it's Ash Wednesday. Aren't you supposed to rejoice on Ash Wednesday? Oh, let us pray. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, my God. It's just... Oh, now, Mark Kahak, the fake producer of the Dan Lebeturd show across the street. Sorry, bad paste and copy job by me. Here's the number. The total on the poll on Sedano, this is more than his cum probably, 11,892 votes yesterday.
Wow, how long did they leave that on?
No, it's not a question how long do they leave it on. On their poll, you can vote 100 times if you want.
Oh, I see.
They have one of those polls where you can just keep re-voting over and over and over. What?
An accurate one, in other words.
Right. It says the number was in a menu box, so it didn't copy onto the body of the email, didn't copy completely. Sorry. And here's the poll. Most painful movie scene. Franks and Bean scene in Something About Mary. Sledgehammer scene in Misery. Chest waxing from the 40-year-old virgin. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball, dodgeball. The curb stomp from American History X. And removal of wisdom tooth with a skate, Castaway. That was the poll. 11,892. Wow, I'm impressed. Woo! See, they don't care about the ratings. All they care about is how many times people will vote on their poll. Evidently.
Well, we could do that.
Because when it comes down to ratings, they ain't got any. Especially on that show. We got 562 votes is all we got. Now, if we want, Eric can change that into like 50,000. Or 1 million. The song, that promo I'm talking about, goes back longer than that. Part of the promo song went, Kneel, 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 kneel. I don't know what you're talking about. We're talking early 90s. It was awesome, says the fake Manny from Kendall. Go get a life, okay, Manny? Get lost. Oh, Castronova's back. It says, I agree that George is better than most of the sports holes, but he still sucks on the ear. Are you going to have Stan Major in before he passed away into that big radio station in the sky or face down in the gutter? No, I'm not. Dave Caprit is picturing a giant monkey in the truck of his car. Steve Stansel is a mutual friend. We're all chronic, says Paul. Yeah, maybe Steve Stansel's sending some of this crap. I don't know. You think you know, but we don't know. We know John ZTR, but we don't know who John ZTR is.
No.
See, the day he allegedly came out of the closet, it was meaningless because nobody knows who that is.
Right. I know what he is.
Oh, now, what is that?
One of them.
Oh, there's John McCain.
Or tomorrow, the next day.
Guess what, John? You still lost bad. Paul says, I Q-tip every day. After a nice shower, you get the Q-tip, and while you clean your ear, you can hear your throat together. You can clear your throat together, and it really is a nice feeling.
Really? I'm going to try that.
While you clean your ear, you can clear your throat together. I see. Almost orgasmic if you do it right.
I'm going to try it tomorrow.
You're not supposed to stick it there. Many people do this. I've known women and family members who have the jumbo pack of Q-tips stored in their bathrooms, man. I have Q-tip for years. I must admit I'm addicted. Love the show. Smoke one, relax your mind, says Rasta Paul. The fake Rasta Paul.
Right.
Everybody's fake. According to George. Okay, let's get back to, here's Rooster Choo-Choo's back. I dragged him out. He's all over the place, you know.
Yeah.
I'm still full of things for your show, but unlike Georgie Boy, I do have a life and career.
Mm-hmm.
I work out of different offices and move around a lot. Yeah, I'll bet. That's what allows me the freedom to live the life. And what? To live the life I have as well as listen to your show. Rooster Choo-Choo is not my name, by the way. It's a nickname which stands for Morning Train. Oh, now I get it. I will not use my real name for obvious reasons. I'm not saying anything more to little George. His jealousy is pathetic.
Oh, yeah.
Go skip your jump rope, self-hating spick.
Uh-huh.
There you did it again. You never mentioned your lovers by name before. They were nameless and faceless. Now all you do is Paco the Mexican did this and did that. Enough already. He's not my lover, and he's not whatever you think. But go, you keep imagining. Keep fantasizing. You never mentioned your lovers by name. Woo! Well, Tom and Joe and Eddie and Stan and Sal and... Mm-hmm. Oh, God. And it's afternoon now. I can talk all I want about soccer players.
Yeah.
What the hell's his name again?
Pele?
No, not Pele. The Spanish soccer player that Misha was so excited about, which I love him too.
Would you like me to go get one of the sports people?
No.
That might know what you're talking about?
No.
All right.
See, that's the problem when we lost Fat Chris, although he wouldn't know either.
About soccer? No.
Christian, whatever his name is. He's a good Christian. Cristiano Ronaldo. See, I know. I'm just old and feeble. Although, I'll tell you, I wouldn't be nearly so old and feeble if he were in the room right now. Or if Alex Campbell was in the room. Now, did you see that movie yet, Siblings?
No.
It ain't no Godfather, but then again, I wonder if Godfather's still on AMC.
I don't know.
Especially when the CIA is here.
No, we're not CIA.
Oh, no, I won't watch a movie with him in it. You know who it is? I don't know who it is, but I won't watch a movie with him in it.
But you don't know who it is?
No. Somebody I don't like. Oh, you don't like anybody. Well, this born yesterday with Judy, what's her name? Joan, what is her name?
Collins?
No, not Joan Collins. Judy Holliday.
Oh.
She's long since dead.
Jim!
Old black and white flick, early 50s. In fact, 1950. How do you like that?
34.
4 stars.
34.
Broderick Crawford and Judy Holliday. Well, what a memory. Well, I mean, I'm looking at him, you know. But I'm looking at that other guy, and I can't think of what his name is, and I don't want to. There are just some guys, I don't understand it. But just like that thing with Jeffrey Donovan. Oh, he's such a hot-looking guy. No, he's not. He's gruesome. I still say, if you put a pile of steaming hot elephant crap on a plate and you pass it around and let everybody look at it, and somebody says, boy, that looks really like lunch to me, you know, then there's something wrong there. Do you follow what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of things are very subjective and, different strokes, different folks, all of that. Some people like beefaroni, some people like veal parmesan, whatever. That's fine. But there are some things that are absolute. There is no question about it. Like water is wet, okay? Is that a debatable point?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Sometimes it's
you know
pretty
what
dry.
I discovered?
Water?
Yeah. No, I discovered the real cheap garbage bags. Now, I'm not one of those people that, looks at prices when I go grocery shopping. So I don't care. I got a few bucks. But, garbage bags, you don't want to spend a lot of money on, right?
Yeah, I do.
So they have those things with, 40 plastic garbage bags, black ones. And it's almost impossible to open the damn garbage bag up. You follow what I'm saying?
No.
The Dow's down 144. You don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
Because they're, so tight.
Yeah.
So what you do is you moisten your fingers with a little bit of water out of the tap, and then that plastic just opens right out.
I see.
See, you don't want to learn. That's the problem with you. You're
I've never had
hard-ass.
a problem opening a garbage bag. Learn what?
Mean, we just got through learning all about damn
Q-tips.
Cotton swabs. Q-tips, that's right. Queer tips.
I have never been
I've seen a few queer tips in my time.
Yes.
Beyond tragic. Anyway, before we do the thing, the fake Paul Castronova says, I believe Manny's talking about the song he used to play on Zeta, Neil Wakes Me Up in the Morning. Is that heavy metal?
No.
Boy, thank God those lights aren't going out.
Neil wakes me up in the morning. Neil wakes me up with a smile.
Drinking my coffee, munching on my donut, with Zeta 4 on the dial.
Get ready to go to school with Neil, with Zeta 4 on the dial.
Driving to work in my road with a darling Neil, with Zeta 4 on my dial. Oh, really?
Neil, 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 and sweet. Neil, 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 Neil. Neil, 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 and sweet. Neil, 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 Neil. Neil, 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 and sweet.
Well, maybe fake Paul was right, because Chronic Rob on Martha's Vineyard says, I think the bit somebody was requesting a while ago was Neil Wakes Me Up in the Morning. Love the show, hate George, Chronic Rob and Martha's Vineyard. Loves the show, but he hates you.
Yeah.
Like poison. At least he didn't say hate George like poison. Come on, if anybody out there hates George like poison, let's get those emails flooding in. Come on. I don't understand how a guy that's as kind of like milquetoasty as you are gets so much emotion. I mean, these people are just like rabid with
these obsessed stalkers who blame
whatever
you
the hell they are. Dow's down 173. We're losing most of yesterday's progress. Damn it. I thought that today was for sure a buying opportunity. Every day is a selling opportunity. In other words, when in doubt, get out. Even after that brilliant speech last night, which was really sensational, and everybody was all whipped up into a frenzy, and everything good is going to happen, and we're going to do this, and yada, yada, and I don't know. It's going to take a long time. They left him a real mess. Not by accident, either. We're going to leave the Schwarzer a real mess on his hands. Then he'll see how all that rhetoric of his... Now, what did that guy say about... pissed off gets me fired up about the rhetoric? Isn't that the word he used?
I'm not sure.
We don't have the whole thing?
You ought to. Vmail?
Oh, that's right. It's under the Vmail. Oh, it scared the hell out of me. Although
Ventum.
at least I did.
Ventum
What?
is what he says. The Ventum.
Oh, the Ventum, yeah.
I've been listening to WQAM for, 5 to 6 years. And
I'm not playing that, though, because there's a few things he blurts out that aren't really all that well bleeped, like F you. And,
They're very well bleeped, but nevertheless.
No, they're not. Can never be too well bleeped in the times in which we live.
In today's economy?
I think I may have to rejoice for a third time.
Really?
Well, I don't know why. Maybe because I ate a ton of food yesterday. What the hell did I eat?
Maybe you ate a lot of fiber.
No, I'm not thinking. I had a couple of candy bars, a couple of Snickers. One of the regular old-fashioned one with the real dark brown wrapper, and the new almond Snickers with the light brown wrapper. You're probably tisking right now.
No.
You shouldn't be surprised. That's what I eat.
I know.
Between 2 o'clock and 2:02. I run to the convenience store. I'll get me a couple of Snickers. I get in a cab with my Lesbianese Catholic driver. He rubs some ashes on my ass. He said, "Oh, it's Ass Wednesday."
Gornish Telfin, man.
Oh, here we go. Gambling addiction. This is good. From Cliff. Monday night I watched an A&E special on gambling addiction, specifically women who were addicted to gambling. Apparently women now make up about 48% of addicted gamblers. I believe that, especially a lot of these old shiny women at Woodbine. The show involved 3 different women who had major gambling addictions. One, a lady who was a bookkeeper for a Catholic church, embezzled $900,000. She served 4 years in a minimum security prison. The IRS went after her for back taxes on the embezzled funds. 2, an ex-news anchor woman actually went into labor while playing blackjack. She was back in the casino within 3 weeks of giving birth, was eventually reported to Child Protective Services for neglect. The last lady was spending her daughter's child support on slots. Funny thing about her case was that she ended up going to a gambling addiction facility in Las Vegas. Why is that funny? The reason I bring this up is because sometimes I worry about you, Neil. Sometimes when you're waiting to go to Woodbine, you sound like a junkie waiting for a fix. I would hate to see George, Flea, Joe Bell, and Paco have to perform an intervention. Be careful, Uncle Neil. Concern Cliff and Kendall. And I was surprised at that because Cliff and Kendall usually, is fairly coherent. Although I better go get my pantaloonies and shirt on. Jimmy Dworsky is back. Oh, I knew it wasn't going to be a perfect day. Oh. A bunch of Nimrods I work with were discussing Lent earlier, along with all the stupid things they'd be giving up for 40 days. Oh, now, wasn't that the movie with, what's his name? Josh, what is his name?
Josh who? Josh Cordes?
Yeah, Josh Cordes. No, the one, he was in one of the Halloween movies with Jamie Lee Curtis. Josh...
Hartnett?
Hartnett, very good. Yeah, I told you he was also in Titanic, wasn't he? Not Titanic.
I don't know.
Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
Anyway, he was in that 40 Days and 40 Nights where he couldn't touch it, couldn't squeeze it, couldn't, And quite frankly, after having... They showed that Halloween one again. He's not much. He looks good from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to get Rooster Cogburn upset. Josh Hartnett. He looks good from about a mile away with your glasses off. Anyway, unaware of my freaking atheism, they eventually asked me what I'd be giving up for 40 days. My answer, Jimmy Dworsky says, superstitions that invented by ancient goat herders who believed the earth was flat and that 2 of every living species lived within walking distance of Noah's house. That pretty much ended the conversation. Everyone got back to work.
That was good.
Also, I use 2 Q-tips in each ear every morning. My ears are probably cleaner than my ass most days, says Jimmy Dworsky. I told you he's good. His ears are cleaner than his ass. Well, I would hope so, unless he's got Schmidt for brains and it's like seeping out. Here's one from the chronic Jimmy Syphilis. It says, George is the worst talk show host in the history of South Florida. He makes John Broward sound like a great broadcaster. From Jimmy Syphilis. Oh, Misha's back. Good old Misha. Maybe she's reminding me about Cristiano Ronaldo, whichever. Could you please play the Howard David? I forgot to ask for that favor, please. Please play what? Please play the Howard David bits. Oh, I see. Yeah, all of them. Love you, and yes, I do fantasize about Cristiano, and he is Portuguese, Neil. You have no idea what he does to my mind. Oh, well, believe me, honey, he does the same thing to my mind. And here's a picture of Cristiano in a bathing suit. Whoa. Woo! Mucho caliente, trust me. He is Portuguese. He's got some Portuguese between his knees. You believe me? Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm not too much into soccer, but most soccer players are pretty butt ugly. I don't know why they did. Most of them probably because they're like British and South American. And what's wrong with those Latin American soccer players? And Italian, too. I've told you about there are different kinds of looks, like there are in every culture. In Italy. Mm-hmm. And there are some people with beautiful ancient Roman schnozzes, and then there are people with, like, real big, like, they look like they're broken in 4 places schnozzes. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure do.
Oh. A lot of statues of naked people. A lot of naked penises in Rome, I'll tell you that. And some in statues, too. Billy says, here's one for George. I'm writing you as a fan of yours for years, but now the time has come to put your sidekick in charge of the show. I think you would be great as his producer, chiming in and playing funny drops. Hand over the throne, old Jew. Let the young Cuban do his thing. Sincerely, Billy. What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
I'll play the drops, the bits like that.
Sure, let's trade paychecks, too.
No. Oh, no. I've already sacrificed 50% of my pay and not too happy about it. Dow's down 156. See, the Dow is down. Nobody's got a job. We're in a depression. You got to understand why you had to give up 50% of your pay, Neil. I mean, who the hell can sell your show? 586 votes on the poll. We're going to do over 600. And we do legit. We don't let you vote 100 times. Oh, Adam Oshmuck in Kitchener-Waterloo says, have you tried the new Rocky Road Snickers? Oh, that's just what I need to hear about. Now, that's a good chocolate bar. I have about 3 or 4 of those, and I'm done for the day, says Adam Oshmuck. Pudgy Adam. That's why he's pudgy, because he's eating all them stinking candy bars. Rocky Road, though, is my favorite ice cream flavor. Maybe next to fish food. So Rocky Road Snickers would just send me into orbit. I'll have to look for those today at 2 o'clock. Maybe I'll go now. Maybe George will finish the show today. Maybe like that email said, hand the reins over to George. Don't let me forget to get to that story about the
Q-tips?
Slavery.
Oh.
The Jacksons, all that.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it's all about.
Me either.
But I heard you babbling about it.
Suds was talking about it.
Talking what? Crap?
Yes.
He was talking what?
He said there's this place called Slaveland or something like that. It's like a theme park where you can relive the slave experience.
Well, Michael's famous for theme parks. He had to sell that to Neverland. Maybe he's got Slaveland now. One of pop superstar Michael Jackson's brothers, Marion. Marlon. I thought it said Marion. Is involved in a controversial plan to develop a $3.4 billion slavery memorial and luxury resort in Badagry, Nigeria. I sure wish I could say Nigeria the way I used to say it, but I dasn't do it, you know?
Right. Not in today's economy.
I dasn't do it. Not the way. Times have changed real bad now. Everybody's uptight. Nobody's got a sense of humor anymore. Oh, gee. And then, of course, we get like O.J. McDuffie will be trying to get me IMist. O.J. and all his buddies, you know? Bo Camper and Sid the Yid and all these guys. Oh, we're going to get Rogers fired. You'll say, yeah, sure. It's wishful thinking. And it is true that all those people do listen. I mean, like religiously. Oh, Paul Rodriguez is back. First, I got turned on to Q-tips by my wife. I get water in my ears when I shower and use the Q-tips to soak it up. In the interim, I've discovered that if I have a clitoris...
Excuse me?
I've discovered that if I have a clitoris, it's in my right ear. What a sensation. I see. I didn't know that Paul had a clitoris anywhere, but nevertheless, it's in his rear ear.
Now, what are you supposed to do? Stick it in there and hum, cough, bark like a dog? What are you supposed to do?
I thought Q-tips were to clean your ears out. I didn't realize they were for all these other additional wonderful things. Yeah.
It's not just the 1 to 2 hour. It's a phenomenon.
Start spreading the news. Obama will make a change. He's gonna make darn sure of it. New press. These economy blues might not go away.
I'm dying over here.
He'll take a 3-point shot at it. New press. He'll take the oath and swear and kick Bush out of there. Welcome Barack. New press.
Yeah, a scintillating speech last night, and what do we get emails about Nancy Pelosi's gigantic jiggling breasts? I mean...
Hey, they got their eye on the important things.
Yeah. Like I said, just because it's big, you know what? I mean, don't you care about what it's attached to?
We're discussing that.
I don't understand that.
Fill-in shows.
You were discussing what?
Body versus face. I don't know how anybody can get past the face if they have a good body.
I got news for you, man. Nancy Pelosi, those things are so saggy they probably hang to her kneecaps. Are you kidding me? Body versus face. Oh.
All about the face.
Anyway, here's another one from Harry. Just out of control. Out of control, Harry. on Sunny Isles Beach. I was listening to QM last night after the DA show. At 12:45 a.m., I heard your voice on an ad. The ad plays a bit to the tune of "She's Got a Ticket to Ride." Some of the words, I believe, are "She's got a tuchus to ride," and "Don't play it no more, don't play it no more." You won't believe that in the ad there are different fart noises. Oh, then this must be online he was listening.
Must be.
How can Joyce allow farts in your ads at 1 a.m. but not live on your show? Ask Harry. Get some help, Harry, okay? They have these wonderful pills to take for insomnia. Take a whole bottle full and see if it works. God almighty. Paul says we all get our info on the web. I happen to like the Rangers, but let's face it, Rennie and the Rangers blow big time. Glad to hear you back, and George is good, too. That's from Monday. Wow. Boy, we must be down to a precious few now. From reading crap from Monday, and it's only 102. Oh, boy. I'm saving that story about the resort, slave land.
Where is it now? At least tell me that much.
Nigeria.
Oh.
Badagry, Nigeria, wherever that is.
I don't get there as often as I used to.
Oh, and by the way, fake Manny from Kendall, get lost. Oh, I can't believe you and George don't remember that thing. It was, yeah, okay, great. We don't.
Sorry.
Don't remember and don't care about it.
Neil has Alzheimer's and I smoke dope, so what do you want?
That's right. There you go, bad combination. Oh, don't tell me Jimmy Dworsky is back. Just wanted to say that George rules. All the naysayers should get some Q-tips, clean out their ears. Not so they can listen to the show more clearly. It's so the bullet will have a clear path to their feeble brains. Jimmy Dworsky. See, I said something good about his previous email, and right away, there he is. That's okay. We'll take anything now. Neil at neilrogers.com. Keep them coming. This is the day for all the chronics, all the fakers to come out of the closet. You know who we haven't heard from in a long time?
Who that?
The fake Barry Jackass.
Okay, maybe you have.
Maybe I have what?
But under a different name.
No, but you don't follow what I'm saying. No, see, the way you look at it, we have to know the true identities, which we don't.
No, I don't have to.
You take something so simple and you have to complicate it.
No.
The fake Barry Jackass. Where's all that information about the new sports station at 940? Where's that fake Barry and Tommy, real or fake Tommy Jicka? What was the rumor that they were trying to hire Mifo to do mornings over there? Oh, my God. I mean...
Oh, my God.
Right. Or even...
Oh, my God.
That one, too. Talk about a death wish. Mifo. Maybe they'd like to give you your own show on there, the anti-sports show on 940.
Right.
At least there's signal, you can hear it. $50,000 watts, baby. 50,000 watts. WINZ. Fox Sports Radio coming soon. Just what we need. As they say in Hungary, darf das Xavier Lochenkopf. You know what that means, of course.
Right.
What?
I need that like I need a hole in the head.
Right. See how well I taught?
I know more Yiddish than everyone I know about you.
Here's one from the fake Neil in Canada. I love Jolly Joe and Crazy McCain. From the fake Neil in Canada. What are you laughing about? That's good.
Nothing. That's cute.
At least it's somebody new and different anyway.
Right.
Or at least this is somebody old with a new and different name. 603 votes on our poll. We're impressed by that. I mean, we aren't going to get like 148,000 like Jorge Sedano, who really has like 15 people that vote like 100,000 times each. Hock Mark. Oh, God. Mark Hockman, 790 the ticket, Waxy, Lincoln Financial Media, LLC. The one miracle is that they're still pumping out the crap. That's the amazing part, that they're still on the air. Of course, in our case, with Joe Bell at the helm, Dow is down 126. Okay, here's the story of a lovely lady. That was such a bad show.
Yes, it was.
An annoying show.
Yep.
And there wasn't even anybody cute on that show. There was nobody like, you know, it wasn't like My Three Sons. Oh.
Here's the story.
Oh. And then, of course, she started really smearing on the Wesson oil, Florence Henderson. She started smearing it. And then what's his name, who was Yay. The hubby, what was his name?
Reed?
Reed
Jim,
what?
Bill, something. Read my lips.
Greg Reed?
Yeah,
Greg Reed was...
Yay.
Wow.
Something Reed.
Oh. But you could Google it, but it's too close to the end of the show, you know. I got my pantaloons and my shirt on, and I got my shoes over to the side there. So, Cliff and Kendall, you better start worrying, because I got a real problem. And you know what the problem is?
What?
Not winning enough. No, actually, I've been doing amazingly well. Last night, I played a quick hit, because they're switching over to the new Wheel of Fortune machines. They haven't finished. At least last night they hadn't. So I had to find something else to play. 5-cent quick hit.
Robert Reed.
He was...
Yay.
And now he's dead. One of pop superstar Michael Jackson's brothers, Marlon, is involved in a controversial plan to develop a $3.4 billion slavery memorial and luxury resort in Badagry, Nigeria. The historic slave port is to be transformed through the bizarre combination of a slave history theme park and a museum dedicated to double Grammy-winning pop soul group, the Jackson 5. Slavery and the Jackson 5. All right. The idea is the band will help attract African-American tourists keen to trace their roots back to Nigeria. Oh, yeah. The men behind the plan say it'll honor the history of the transatlantic slave trade and provide employment opportunities for Nigerians, but the plan's been condemned by Nigerian commentators. Honor the history of the transatlantic slave trade? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Oh. Well, think about it. The African-American History Trail is worth billions of dollars, the developers say. Ghana and Senegal have successfully turned slave ports into tourist attractions. Now that I got my pants on, and I think I've got my belt on like one notch too tight.
Really?
And that rejoice thing, I think, is definitely going to become a reality sometime. I'm just warning
it up.
I'm just loosen what up?
The belt.
Oh, okay. Loosen up a notch. Okay, there we go. Oh, so much better. I must be getting really fat.
Turd.
The developers say... Did you call me a turd?
Yeah.
You hear it?
Burger.
The developers say the Badagry Historical Resort will be marketed to African-American tourists as a mixture of luxury tourist attractions and historical education. Visitors will be able to see the route their ancestors walked, shackled together as they were whipped toward the point of no return. They can then retire to their 5-star hotel to drink cocktails by the pool. Retire. Visitors will be able to pay their respects at the site of a mass grave for those who died before boarding ships across the Atlantic Ocean. And then travel a few yards in a buggy to play a round of golf. Oh, God. Woo! Talk about sick. They can visit a replica slave ship to see the conditions Africans suffered before visiting the world's only museum dedicated to the career of the Jackson 5. Academics believe up to 2 million people died, at least 10 million transported to the Americas during the transatlantic slave trade between the 16th and 19th centuries. The Jacksons' upbeat tunes like ABC and Blame It on the Boogie enlivened the U.S. and the U.K. discos throughout the 1970s. On display at the museum will be animatronic vignettes of the band. What is that? Animatronic.
Like robots, like the Hall of Presidents in Disney World, that kind of thing.
Oh. Memorabilia and holographic displays of the group that launched the career of Michael Jackson. The Badagry Historical Resort Development Project will certainly enhance the quality of life for millions of people across Nigeria, promotional material for the resort says. But critics have dismissed the project as a cynical money-making scheme inappropriate for the subject of such seriousness as the transatlantic slave trade. The idea to bring together slavery and the Jackson 5 came during a visit to Nigeria by U.S. businessman and former Jackson singer Marlon Jackson. The Jackson family had been looking for a place to site their memorabilia collection for some time, said Gary Loster, former mayor of Saginaw, Michigan, and chief executive of the Motherland Group. We visited the site of the slave port in Badagry, and Marion turned to me and said, Marlon, let's put it here. This is right. It's such an emotional place, I think we all felt it was the right place to have the Jackson Family Memorial. But respected writer and historian Toyin Felola has condemned the project. It's not appropriate from a cultural or historical point of view. He says, those who are looking for money care about money, no other thing. The professor of history at the University of Texas and author of many books on Nigerian diaspora and African-American history said the development was exploiting painful history. Writer and columnist and PR consultant Don Adenuba said the resort was being built by a company run by a white person and there will be an uproar. This plan is morally reprehensible. It's like dancing on the graves of dead people and telling them you're honoring them, he said. The developers say they'll treat the slave memorial with sensitivity. They hope it'll become a historical destination similar to the Holocaust Museum in Berlin. The luxury hotels near the site will provide jobs and development to the local economy, they say. The developers, who include the creator of the hit TV series Power Rangers, have ambitious plans for the resort. The Motherland Group says the resort alone will pull in 1.4 million visitors in the first year, rising to 4.4 million in 5 years. Mr. Loster says they'll have to work with the government to change some of the bureaucratic restrictions on tourists if their project is to attract the numbers it needs. Well, don't you want to go to Nigeria to see the slave trade museum?
Right now.
And Michael Motorcycle?
Real American a-holes.
Real American a-holes.
We salute you. Mrs. I already have 6 kids at home, but figured I'd have another 8 lady.
Mrs. I already have 6 kids at home, but figured I'd have another 8 lady.
You already have more babies than the average NBA player. And still you thought, hey, why don't I fire up that turkey baster one more time and see what shakes out?
Here's the story of a demented lady.
14 kids, and neither a husband, a job, or a place to live. Better get out of L.A. before Bob Barker has you spayed. You're currently receiving more donations than Darfur, and the only person getting Googled more than you is A-Rod's idiot cousin. But you don't care. You were mistaken for Angelina Jolie twice last week.
And that doesn't include the hate mail from Jennifer Aniston now.
And while we're at it, when Grandma's house gets foreclosed next month, maybe they should close something else, too.
Ow!
So we salute you, Mrs. I already have 6 kids at home, but figured I'd have another 8 lady. Your $490 a month in food stamps, your suspicious French manicure, and your udders. You are a real American a-hole.
Absolutely.
Okay, 119 at 560 WQ, and we got 41 minutes to kill, although let's subtract the spots and, the last bit.
Okay.
I'm just telling you, I'm just warning you, we're almost out of emails.
Oh, I better get busy.
I did do that bedtime story about the slave museum in Nigeria. So what was Seth saying about it? Does he want to go see it?
I guess he read that story and he was telling me about it.
Yeah.
He just thought it was curious.
Curious?
Interesting?
Money-making opportunity, man. That's the Jacksons for you. They're desperate. They've fallen on hard times. And Michael's going to die any minute, all that other crap. You think anybody would care?
No.
How about all those idiots that were standing outside the courtroom?
I was going to say.
Oh, save Michael, save Michael. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right. Ron says, I was in stitches with the clitoris in the ear comment from the previous emailer.
Yeah, he wasn't the only one.
Reminds me of something Elton John said in GQ magazine a few years ago when he was asked what was the most disgusting thing he ever had in his mouth, to which he responded, a clitoris. Have you ever had a clitoris in your mouth, Neil? No, sorry, Ron. Can't say I've had the pleasure. This may be a good poll topic. What's the most disgusting thing you've ever had in your mouth? Ron says, I continue to enjoy the show, although George does suck when he hosts. Well, maybe if George sucks, he can tell us what the most disgusting... Well,
yeah, well,
better not.
It wouldn't be that.
Better not. I'm also getting emails saying that they... Oh, here it is. The emailer about the fart noises is absolutely correct.
Absolutely correct, sir.
I hear the same spot at 4:50 a.m. on my way to work. Sincerely, Vincent T. Now, are they? Well, if he's on his way to work, he's not listening online.
Yeah.
That must be because it's the safe haven between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. The safe haven.
I don't know.
Don't you remember our discussion of that during the potty training?
I also remember that doesn't apply to us. At least no one ever said that it did.
Well, somebody better alert Joyce to the fact that WQM is playing fart noises in the overnight while people are trying to sleep. And they're playing fart noises. Wow. I don't think she'd take kindly to that. Because the one thing we know about Joyce is she's got a real serious problem with penis, vagina, and fart noises, not necessarily in that order. All depending on where the fart noises are emanating from. I'm telling you, if she found out, we'd be
Joyce
Afzulachas.
That's a good idea. Just use it for whatever you want it to mean.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we don't know what it really means, so I'm just going to throw it around there. Oh, here's one from Michelle. Michelle says, just wanted to share a tip my doc told me about cleaning my ears. First he told me you shouldn't stick anything bigger than your elbow in your ear. I guess that was a doctor joke. But he said that most people aren't going to go to the doctor's office to get their ears properly cleaned. He suggested taking a Q-tip, dipping it in hydrogen peroxide, then gently inserting it in your ear. You know, hydrogen peroxide like bubbles, you know?
Yes, foams.
It like foams.
Right, when it encounters something.
Tilt your head in the opposite direction so your ear faces the ceiling, and you'll immediately hear and feel like a fizzing bubbling, and that's the hydrogen peroxide. Wait until it stops, then tilt your head in the opposite direction so that that ear is facing down, and look, it'll run out. Then you can stick in a dry Q-tip to dry up the ear, and usually we'll get out more wax in the process. Thanks, Michelle. We're Q-tip intensive today, man.
Sure. By the way, Lee says those are raspberries, not farts.
What?
Those promos he put on there. Those are raspberries, not farts. Just for the record.
They're promos?
Yeah.
Promos for the homo?
I assume.
Well, we better not play them no mo, I'll tell you that. Well, what are you talking about? Who told you this, Flea?
Yeah, he sent me a text.
And said?
Those are raspberries, not farts. I started running promos last night. At night.
He started running. In other words, he's taken over now. I thought he was going to be the assistant. Let's hear it for Flea. Oh! This is really good news. He's shoving Clarence out the door. When you were on vacation or sick or whatever it was, and he came in, I told him. I said, that's your responsibility is to get rid of Clarence.
Yeah.
I said, you got to 89 that idiot. He said, I'd rather 89 him than 69 him, I'll tell you that. That's what Flea said. This is for all the people who bitch and complain about the show from Paul. Stop listening and kill yourself, you useless jerks. Stay happy, Neil and George. Still stuck in Weston. Paul, I'm dying here. He's stuck in Weston. What's so bad about Weston?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't Suds live in Weston?
Yeah.
What in God's name is this? Oh, and by the way, that spot that you just played that I voiced?
Yeah.
It's muddy as hell.
Sure is. That's how you record in that other room over there. I don't know what to do about that.
Well, what do you mean that's how I record?
All right. I recorded you in that other room. You remember the rigmarole that we went through? Because I can't record you in here, in this studio where I'm sitting right now. So I recorded you in the room that I'm looking at right now, on the other side of that window there. And that's what it sounded like. It wasn't overmodulated. It wasn't anything. That's just what it sounds like when you record stuff in there.
Bad.
Bad.
PR Ralph sends me doctor advice. Oh, God. And it's long, and it goes on and on and on. Oh, jeez. Well, what is it that these people don't understand? Don't I make myself very clear?
Queer?
Yeah.
Q-tip queer.
Oh, PR Ralph. Your friend, your Puerto Rican buddy.
My buddy. We hang
out. He doesn't get it.
Party.
So we got farting stuff on here overnight. That's good. Raspberries. All the fruits all the time. Don't call them fart sounds because then we'll get what's his name, Flea into big trouble with Joyce.
Right.
And last time we heard, they were pretty tight, two of them. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I think I'm running out of stamps today. Last half hour might just take some calls. Please don't do it. Please.
Whatever.
Whatever what?
Whatever.
Whatever shape?
Yeah, it comes out.
Whatever shape your stomach is in? What was that? Was that a Pepto spot? What spot was that?
Doesn't ring a bell with me.
Doesn't ring a bell with you? In fact, there was even a song that went with that.
Really?
Oh, my
Sing
God.
a few bars.
Show me yours, I'll show you mine.
I got something in the mail today. I tell you, it blew me away. Now that Bush is gone, things are going to warm. Obama, he wrote me a letter. He wrote me a letter
doesn't think that I'm a chump. Problems won't be solved with a fist bump. I am still insane. That has not changed. Obama, he wrote me a letter. Obama, he wrote me a letter. See? It says, love Obama. XOXOXO. I love you too.
Wow, look at this one. Here's one that rips you an ass.
Gee, what a shock.
It says, I've always thought George was good in small doses, but after listening to him all last week, I wanted to stick a pickaxe in my ear. And then use the Q-tip. Sometimes he should make an executive decision and put on the old tapes. Just curious, how much dollars do you spend or waste at Woodbine on a weekly basis? Maybe you should donate it to a worthy cause rather than pump it into Paco's ass. How do you like that? How much money do I spend? None of your business. Get a life. Wants to stick a pickaxe. Have our permission to stick a pickaxe in your ear and rectum, wherever else you want to stick it. How much money am I spending? And how much am I filtering over to Paco? None of your business. 631 votes on the poll. Pretty impressive, I would say, for a crappy poll like that. Do we want to change it? Let's see if Eric's got the new one on there. Oh, yeah, a Brandon poll. What minor injury is the most painful? Let's change it. I think this one blows. You like this poll about the chick cars?
We've done it before. It's fine.
We have?
Yeah.
Not me.
Well, nevertheless.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be doing a poll on chick cars. I mean, old fag like me. What minor injury is the most painful? I'm going to tell you right now. I mean, here's one like getting punched in the balls or a paper cut. Paper cut is just excruciatingly painful. You don't agree? No.
I do agree.
Oh.
Especially if it's on your tongue.
Oh.
Like when
a
you're
paper cut on your dung?
Yes.
That's bad. Okay, here's the final result of the chick poll. The chick car. 631 votes. Not 45,000 like Jorge Sedano would have across the street, according to Mark Hochmeier Chinik. The definitive chick car of all time, VW Cabriolet, 175. VW Beetle, 143. Mazda Miata, 131. Those are the only three that really are having any votes. The rest, small potatoes, like in your ears. Pontiac Fiero, 33. VW Jetta, 31. Mitsubishi Eclipse, 23. Toyota Prius, 15. Audi TT, 14. Dodge Neon, 14. Did I tell you about those neat little cabs in Vancouver with the electric cars? Yes, I did. They're great. Honda Prelude, 9. PT Cruiser, 8. Jeep Liberty, 8. Ford Escort, 7. Toyota MR2, 6. BMW Mini Coupe, 5. Honda 2000 S4. Isuzu Impulse, 3. And Subaru Outback, 2. I didn't know the Outback made a car. I do like that walkabout soup at the Outback. Just fine.
Yes, it's good.
It's really good. Salutations from a second-generation listener. May the old bitch rest in peace, it says. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Good way to clean ear. Mineral oil, a few drops and hold it in with cotton balls, will kill and rinse out all the stuff that grows potatoes. P.S. You've been God for over 25 years.
Oh, God.
Which reminds me, we got 33-year anniversary coming up on Monday. It would be on Sunday, March 1, but we're not working on Sunday. Maybe they'll let us work on Sunday. What do you think?
If we ask nice and do it for free.
No. So what should we do on Monday? Because I'm sure that there'll be like balloons and all kinds of party favors and crap coming up here from down there.
We should just bask in the in the glory of that and drink a lot and eat all the food that they're going to be bringing in.
Yeah.
To you and me.
Don't play that. There might be another one. Don't say that. 33 years on the air in South Florida, and this is what it's come down to. Got to keep bleeping and bleeping and bleeping and editing. But, now that we got the new administration in there, the FCC is going to really loosen up. Not. See, it's one thing about the world. It's like a new tax. Once they add a new tax on, they never take it off.
Right?
Oh, the T-bones, by the way, no matter what shape your stomach is in, T-bones.
Oh.
Not the tea bags. I bet you've got it there, and you remember the song, too. You got it in your pile? T-bones.
No, I don't.
No matter what shape. No?
Like T-bones, that kind of thing?
Right. T-bones, right. T-bone, like T-bone steak. What's wrong with you, man?
Never heard of it.
You never heard of what? The song?
The song.
Yeah. See, there you go. There it is. You lie, and I'm ready to die.
Like a sumbitch.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
What? Blow my nose, man.
Oh. Now, do you remember this?
Of course I do.
Oh. And it was the theme for a TV spot for, I'm sure, Pepto-Bismol. Or maybe Alka-Seltzer. I'm thinking Alka-Seltzer. Boy, it's been many, many years since I ever used Alka-Seltzer. You use it?
Yeah, I do. I like it.
Well, that's because you've always got an upset stomach from all that bad drugs.
That's not what it's from.
No. From all that agita?
That's right.
I got news for you, man. If you want to share agita, I got plenty of stories. I got plenty of agita here.
Sure.
I don't share them with you, though, because then you'll give me a bitching out.
No, I won't.
Yeah, you will.
Not like those other guys. I have nothing but my heartfelt sympathies.
Oh, I see. The T-bones, and no matter what shape. And you know something? I had to look it up. I had to Google it. You'd think that this vast audience we got out there with these 80 billion people we used to have listening, you'd think they would have come through with that, but no. I had to Google it for you. Oh, the fake Alice Rantella's back, who really bugs me. Listening on my iPhone using Tunes. The streaming is great, except your room has a lot of ambient noise in the background. I'm eating at Olive Garden. Overall, food is mediocre, but the soups are great. Yeah, that's a good place for you, Alice, the Olive Garden. Oh, and my Outlook Express now has got the old shake and bake. Every once in a while it does that. Just the screen just shakes and quakes and... What causes that? I mean, you're the great proponent of Outlook Express.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Get you to use another client.
You're the one that said, forget about that Yahoo and forget about Hotmail. That stuff sucks.
Do we want to talk about what I really said?
Sure.
I said, those are webmails. You need to use a real email, but there are a variety of clients, and I tried to get you to use one, but it didn't work.
No, we tried to set it up. Didn't work.
Outlook Express is one of many clients for real email. It's the worst one.
For the real deal?
Yeah. Just happens.
How about the real Neil?
The real Neil?
Yeah, the real Neil deal. Oh, that's tomorrow, the Neil deal. Now, let's see if I printed this out, if it's not shaking anymore. I thought maybe when I printed it out, the paper would shake. It says, by the way, you should never use Q-tips for cleaning ears.
Yeah.
I used to, and once clogged my eardrum with earwax. It ended up getting infected, and if you want to know pain, keep doing it. Advice from my doctor, take a cotton ball, make it into a wick. It will not jam the earwax into your eardrum. Oh, God. Kevin in Miami says, by the way, Mrs. Pelosi's breast looked perky, and especially in high definition. Oh, fat. Oh. You heteros, man, you guys need some serious assistance. Anybody that tells me that any part of her looked sexy, good God. I wouldn't touch her with your armpit. God, is that pathetic or what?
Yeah.
It's like you know, anything with a skirt on it.
That's right.
Like that.
There you go.
Well, we know that.
Sure.
Especially in that building there.
That's right. Anybody.
You folks should have seen when we had that, what was her name?
What was her name? Make one
The
up.
young lady that used to have bending down in the cabinet all the time.
Shannon?
Shannon, that's right. You know the one.
She was beautiful.
She was beautiful, and she was a very nice person, too. See, there's a young lady I like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And she actually paid a little attention to the show when you weren't chasing her around and having her bend down.
She paid a lot of attention to everything.
Oh, all he ever wanted her to do was bend down in that cabinet. Oh, it's down there on the bottom shelf, yeah.
It's not all I wanted her to do.
Well, I mean, for starters.
Neil, God.
He's in the White House. Barack Obama, gonna turn this country round. He's in the White House. The president's black, that's a fact, and his name is Barack. He's in the White House.
stimulus plan. He's in the White House. Barack Obama can't hold a black man down. He's in the White House. Yeah, mother-in-law is moving into Barack. We feel sorry for you.
146, he made one of the great speeches in the history of the human race last night, and our audience, they're concerned about Nancy Pelosi and her jiggling breasts. Oh, my God.
Time to get your priorities in order, mister.
I'm going to tell you something. The day that you start oogling about her breasts will be the day we get you checked in.
If I didn't set off your sarcasm meter there, you need to get it fixed.
Ooga booga.
Mm-hmm.
How's that horse doing? Oh, here he comes.
Booba.
Here he comes. He's in mid-stretch. Puking his lungs. 21 votes on the new poll. What minor injury is the most painful? Punched in the balls, 12. Paper cut, 4. Stubbed toe, 2. Banged elbow, 2. Poked in the eye, 1. And none cut by shaving, bumping your head on something, ice cream headache, or kicked in the shin. None for those yet, but there will be. Nice going, what's your Brandon? What's your name? Oh, let's see. The workday always seems to drag by a little whenever you're away, Neil, says somebody. George did an exceptional job, as usual. When I listen to his show, I feel like I'm back in high school at the back of study hall talking with my homeboys. I have one problem with George. He's a music snob. What is a music snob, it says? A music snob is someone who thinks that they are so cool that they're the only ones who know what type of music is cool. Music is a very subjective thing, so stick to talk, George. Hope you had a great vacation, Neil, the fake A-Rod. Oh, thanks, A-Rod. He says stick to talk. Well, speaking of sticking to talk, where's this idiotic email I got?
Really? You got an idiotic email?
Oh, yeah, from Chef Sparky, who's a real idiot, who works across the street, no doubt. Neil, has either of you heard anything about the rumor that 790 is dropping the sports format? So encouraged by LeBastard's ratings, they're moving to a general talk format. LeBastard talks about anything. The other day he discussed Beowulf. Very funny. No, I haven't heard anything about the rumor that you want to start, Chef Sparky. Chef Sparky wants to start a rumor about how they're going general talk. And who are they going to put on here to do it? The losers they got on there now? As far as dropping the sports format is concerned, there would be a lot of people well advised to think about doing that, but they don't wanna. You know what I mean?
I do.
They don't wanna. Look at that. It's +1 tomorrow, +3. Or no, +5 tomorrow. And Saturday, sunny and only -3. Spring is in the air, baby, and there's no snow on the ground for Castronova. Although Monday, -6, cool. Tuesday, -1. Not so spring-like, if you ask me. Damn stinking wintertime. Sucks. Not that I'm complaining, you understand. I'd rather be here than a lot of other places I can think of, like there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're wrong, Neil. Brickell is just really coming alive. Yeah, okay. Good luck to you. Have a great time there. Have a party in your pants on Brickell. Gary says, hey, Neil and George, first-time emailer, don't worry, I won't abuse it. I just got back from lunch at Taco Bell, and something there compelled me to write to you. I was ordering my chalupa, and when I went to pay there near the register was a tip cup with a couple of dollars and some mixed change. A tip cup. I can understand tipping in a restaurant, but at a fast food chain? Yes, everywhere you're supposed to leave a few pennies.
In today's economy.
It's true. This is ridiculous. Where will the line be drawn? It makes me mad enough to see these in Dunkin' Donuts when they pour my coffee and grab me a blueberry muffin. But Taco Frigo Bell? That's right. You better watch your Frigo, mister. You ever have the Frigo bar in a hotel?
Just this morning.
Anyway, just this morning. There goes with that again. See? Just this morning. Somebody's going to take a ball-peen hammer to you one of these days. Anyway, just thought you might like to know. Initially, George is awesome. I listen every chance when he's on. I get. Says Gary.
Thanks,
Gary. Gary listens every chance when you're on. And even when you're not on. Even when neither one of us is on, Gary. Listen, just if you don't want to leave the tip money in there, don't leave it. It's just like at Woodbine. I'm very generous. They love me there because when they bring my diet sodas by, I leave something on the tray. Either a loonie, a toonie, or whatever, or 3-4 quarters, something.
Mighty white of you.
Well, why not? I mean, I'm sitting there plunging my guts out. The least I can do for the good service they give me is leave them a few shekels, for Christ's sakes. Don't be so cheap, Gary. What?
You're definitely supposed to tip there when somebody brings you something.
Right.
Nothing to do with his Taco Bell thing there.
If you don't like taco smell, don't smell it. Nadia Suleiman is getting offered a $1 million contract from Vivid Entertainment with full medical coverage, says Gabriel. The same people who were asking for bailout money are offering money to Octomom. This is why we're in a recession. Neil, your show gets better every day. All those fat shut-ins need to get a life. And if they don't like it, stop listening. That's right. Stop. Including that schlub. What's his name?
Which one? Which name?
Whatever name he's got. Morning Train Schmendrick.
Rooster Choo Choo.
Of course, Rooster Choo Choo. That's him. Brandon says, I have a small comment on Q-tips. For me, I love cleaning my ears. You know how sometimes you'll scratch a dog in a certain place and his leg might twitch from the nice feeling?
Yeah.
Says Brandon. I get the same way by clearing my ear with a Q-tip. I get weak in the knees and like I'm on the verge of having a moment in my pants.
Is that like 3 now that have said that?
Yeah.
I'm doing it wrong.
That's why, like George, I clean my ears at least once a day, says Brandon. He's close to having a moment in his pants.
I'm totally doing it wrong. Or I need a bigger Q-tip or something. I don't know.
I never had a Q-tip moment in my pants, although I do have my pantaloonies on right now, and my shoes, and my shirt. Isn't that exciting?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not as exciting as, being in the car already and on the way, but when you're mailing it in. Oh, here's one about Ash Wednesday. In honor of Ash Wednesday, could you play All You Can Eat Negro, Barbara and Ray and Sunrise? No got time. No got the time. See, now they ask for that. Gee, that would have killed some great time, wouldn't it?
Sure.
Neil, at GNC, they sell these things called ear candles. You stick them...
Oh, no, not with that again.
What?
It's quackery, man. We went through that. Remember Rick Riley brought in a bunch of those things years ago?
Ear candles?
For lack of a better term.
Is that like eye candy?
Yeah, no.
Is that like eye poppy?
That's what it is. It's quackery is what it is.
Well, what is it?
They're these wax tubes, this paper with wax on them.
Tube!
Tubes. Yeah. And you're supposed to stick them in your ear and set fire to them. And
what is that supposed to do?
The myth is it's supposed to draw the wax out of your ear, but really it's just the wax on the paper is dripping, so people think it's like those foot pads that leach the chemicals out of your body. It's that kind of quackery.
Oh, yeah.
Neil Rogers God.
New from the makers of Tic Tacs in association with Anabolics Anytime Enterprises, it's the new A-Rod Tic Tacs.
A-Rod Tic Tacs, you hit a home run and that's the facts. Hey, Dad, I've been taking the new A-Rod Tic Tacs. I can't wait till Little League starts.
We got those from our cousin in the Dominican Republic. Don't tell the other kids.
Oh, okay. So it's a big secret then?
Yeah, it's a big secret.
So, give me a new Xbox 360 then.
What?
Do it or I'll tell.
Don't make me angry. He won't mind me angry.
Okay, whatever you say, sir.
A-Rod Tic Tacs, you hit a home run and that's the facts.
A-Rod Tic Tacs, available now from a guy in the locker room of your local gym. But don't tell anybody.
Yeah, don't tell anybody.
Oh, that sounded like the Hulk.
Neil Rogers is on South Florida sports leader, 560 QAM. Joe Rose Morning.
Holy smokes.
Jim Mandich Afternoon.
Spine-tingling.
And you're home of the Miami Dolphins.
Touchdown, Dolphins!
This is South Florida sports leader.
Oh, my gosh.
560 QAM.
It's Sting in Miami town at 560 WQAM. When the sun beats down and burns the top of my head, and when my employees laugh at me, I wish I were dead. I got a bald spot on top of me, yeah. Should I paint it, plant it, or cover it? It's all up to me. Up to you. He's got a bald spot, just like a billiard ball. He's got a bald I feel 3 inches tall. He's got a bald spot. Please help me, Ron Pope. He's got a bald spot. I know how Larry King feels. He's got a bald spot. Bald spot. Oh, when I painted my head, my wife, she said, she's out of here. And when I go to the John, the guys are using my head for a mirror. I've got a bald spot on top of me, yeah. Should I paint it, plant it, or cover it? It's all up to me. All up to you. You fairy. He's got a bald spot, just like a